Hey, what's happening, gamers? Welcome back to Apollo Justice Ace Attorney Trilogy. This is episode 66, Turnabout Time Traveler. This is the final case, I believe. Your first like goes 100 likes, so let's get those likes up if we haven't already. And this should prove interesting. Hi guys, how's it going? So some of you guys are asking about 3DS capture card. Our 3DS capture card had some technical issues last year, but it's in the process of working again because there are two Ultimates that want either DS or 3DS streams. So a friend of mine is helping me fix it, and hopefully by the end of this month it should be working again. It's been down for almost a year now, I think. I was working on some visual novel game for Decker, I think it was a year ago. But also, even once we get the capture card working, you have to remember that 3DS and DSs won't last forever. And once this capture card is gone, I mean, you can't replace it because the company that makes it is long under. But anyway, some of you guys are saying this is the finale. I guess we'll see. I have a thumbnail for the end just in case. But there we go. Yes. Okay, so full disclosure, I have a little bit of a headache, so when, you know, we're in the actual case, I'll do my best to, you know, do the thing, but in between stuff, I'm just gonna be... Ooh, would this be nice and cold on my head? Oh, feels good. I really need to order one of those eye patches that, like, has ice coldness or something. It's a Japanese item. It's an eye patch you put in the fridge and then you stick it on your eye and it's like, oh, it'd be so good.
I don't know. Are you asking me to buy that for you right now?
No. No, I'm giving myself a mental reminder. Because I keep seeing it on Amazon, but I never buy it. It's like, oh, I'll get that one of these days. But then it's like I go like months without a headache, and it's like, eh. Anyway, Turnabout Time Traveler.
Is it a lot of money? What?
No, it's not like... No, it's...
Is it like $5 million?
No, it's like maybe 30 or 40 bucks, I don't know.
Well, I guess we'll have to save up for it then. Since we don't have that right now, sorry.
Okay, here we go. Turnabout Time Travel. Secrets unraveled? Unveiled? Unveiled. Here we go. Hi, Isaiah. Thank you for last night's stream, buddy. Alright, the truth. The truth from this guy.
Yeah, if you guys want to see the last episode of Back to the Future, it was last night and sponsored by Isaiah, which thank you so much for helping the channel greatly, Isaiah, and hope you guys had fun on that stream last night. Thank you so much, Isaiah, for that. I can't wait for the next episode of that if Isaiah decides to do it again. That would be pretty cool. Oh my gosh, Justo, thank you for the super chat. If there is no stream of this tomorrow, I would like to thank you for this amazing series. Incredible voice acting. This series will always be one of my favorites. Thank you for it. I love you guys. Thank you.
Thank you, Justo.
Justo.
Yeah, I mean, it could be the finale of Ace Attorney today, which is going to be bittersweet. This has been a part of the channel's live streams now for almost 3 months, I think. Has it? Yeah, wait.
Okay, thank you, Isaiah. It's very kind of you.
When did we start Ace Attorney? I'm curious now. When was the first Ace Attorney stream? Apollo? I want to know. I want to know. Can you show me?
Oh. Well, I can tell you guys what I did today. I was thinking about it for a long time. We will think about that little patch. You show me, Luke, and we'll plan it out, okay?
I just get scared ordering from other countries. Oh my gosh, Amber, we've been doing Ace Attorney since January.
Oh, wow.
It's April.
So today I got, not that it's very exciting for you guys, since you guys probably already do fun, exciting stuff like this all the time, but I finally took the plunge and I got the pizza flour that I saw in the store. So I'm going to try to make Luke some homemade pizza.
I'm excited. Alright, here we go. The truth. The truth
Oh my
shall
gosh,
set
did
you
I
free.
put the
What?
pepperoni in the fridge?
You could go check real quick because I'm doing the voice of all
I
the
think
guys.
I did. I think
Okay.
I did.
Alright.
Yeah. Okay.
The truth is, I went to the Vista deck with Pierce. That's why my name doesn't appear on the hold entry record. I was badly injured from being stabbed, but I was frantic. By the time we reached the scene, it was all over. Okay.
The cats look so cute by the windowsill, Luke.
They're not looking up your coffee, right?
No, I'll just check on that.
Well, this doesn't help me out one bit. Mr. Sprocket, you've concealed information from us time and time again. Who do you think you are, treating this court of law with such irreverence? With such contempt, with such ignorance, with such hoo-ha. That being said, I do appreciate the testimony you gave just now. Whatever. Thanks to you, we now know why your name doesn't appear on the entry record. Now, there are no more inconsistencies... What? Joker, Skeletor, why did you laugh randomly? That wasn't funny. I wasn't even doing anything. So random. What in the world? What? Okay. Sorry, guys. Skeletor threw me off. Where was I? There are no more inconsistencies in the witness testimony. Mr. Edgeworth, for you never leaves a loose end dangling. You okay, Nick? I wouldn't exactly call this situation okay. Somehow I'll have to coax the information we need. Wait, is that coax or cox? Coax. Yeah. Somehow I'll have to coax the information we need for an opening out of him. If I even can, that is. Scratch his chin. Cross-examination. The truth. Again. And again, people, I have a slight baby migraine, so things might not go the way that I would like them to go, but I'll do the best I can. The truth is... Oh, wait, he's not British. The truth is, I went to Vista Deck with Pierce.
Hold it!
Gotta sound introverted. Yeah, you didn't mention this because you didn't want Mr. Nickabody to fall under suspicion. Is that because he has something to hide? I just didn't want the police to take up his time with all their questions, that is all. Neither the company nor the household would function smoothly without him. Alright, I see. Wow, sounds like Pierce is absolutely indispensable to the Sprockets. Anyway, getting back to your statement. When did you meet up with Mr. Nickabody? We met up on my way to the Vista Deck. I think Pierce had some relatives I think Pierce had some of my relatives on another floor. But Pierce heard the commotion and came running to my aid. He could hear the pandemonium all the way from another floor. Mr. Knight, would you like the current statement added to the witness's testimony? I believe so. I think that's important. My wifey made me a, I don't know if it's a milkshake or this is a protein shake.
It's a protein shake, but we don't currently have a blender. We have one, but we have to get new cups for it and new blades for it. So, basically what I do is I make a protein shake without blending it. So what I do is I just stir it in a glass, and I use a little bit of Ovaltine, some peanut butter, some protein powder, and milk. And for Luke, I don't use milk. I use lactate since he's lactose intolerant.
I have so many problems. Yes, I will have it added. Thank you, honey. It's very good.
You're welcome.
And then I will have to have, I'm going to have a brisk iced tea later to deal with the squeezing pressure on the side of my head. But at least it's giving me some clarity to think a little better. Here, have the testimony added. Have it added. Yes, please, Your Honor, do that. Very well. Here's the thing, I'm actually drinking milk and it's not messing up my throat. You never usually want to have milk for voiceovers because your throat gets all like... You sound like Crypt Keeper. It gets all sticky and gross.
Yeah, that's why I usually have water. Do you want me to get you small water?
No, I'm saying this isn't impacting me at all. So it's kind of weird, but it's good. I like it.
Maybe because it's lactate and not milk.
Mm.
Maybe the peanut butter helps smooth it down.
I thought lactate is milk.
Another thing you can add in there if you don't have peanut butter is you can mash a banana and stir it, and it's pretty good actually.
Oh, banana has good protein, or protein and potassium.
Yeah, so we can get banana once in a while, and I can make that part of your shake.
All right, here we go. Where were we? Pierce heard the commotion and he came running. I keep making him British. Did Mr. Knickabody come alone? I believe some of his subordinates were with him, but I don't remember exactly how many. He may say there were others, but seeing how they pulled that second reception off, I can't completely trust anything he has to say either. I see. So you, Mr. Knickabody, and a few others headed to the Vista deck, is that right? That's right. Trying to sound introverted. That's why my name doesn't appear on the hold entry record.
You know, it's kind of hard for you. You're kind of confident in real life.
Only around a certain someone. I have a reason to be confident and to work hard. Because I have a wifey and cats to take care of. I've taken care of 4 cats in total and a wifey. I only have 2 cats left, but I've done a good job taking care of 4 very pesky animals and a cute wifey. Okay.
Thank you, sweetheart.
Your name doesn't appear on the hold entry record, so because you entered with Mr. Knickabody using his key card? That's right. Okay, so I guess the hold entry record doesn't matter as much as we thought. But now that Sorin's saying he was with Pierce and a few others, it's pretty tough to refute that statement. What's the matter, Wright? Cat got your tongue. Did you finally realize there's no point in continuing this trial any longer? Shut your face, of course not. I'll wipe that smug look off your face. Probably. Mr. Sprocket, please continue with your testimony. I was badly injured being stabbed, but I was frantic.
Hold it!
Speaking of your injury, how you doing, by the way? The knife wound is deep and continues to throb with pain. Fortunately, my internal organs were spared. But one wrong move would have spelled the end of me there. Okay, even so, I've seen you up and about over, well, all over the place since the accident. I'm only following my doctor's orders to perform some daily light exercises. Mr. Wright, would you like Mr. Sprocket's statement about his condition added to his testimony? Not that it appears especially relevant to me. Should I have him added to his testimony? What should you say, chat? Have it added? Have it not added?
What was the statement again?
Something about being stabbed.
And he was in pain or something?
Something like that. Link is watching TV.
Yeah, I think we should have it added. I mean, I don't understand why we wouldn't have it added. I think we should have it added.
Okay. We will have it added then. Here we go. Yes, Your Honor. I'd like that added to this testimony, please. I see. Very well. That's my only role in this, is I tell people what to do. The knife wound is quite deep, and I continue to throb with pain. Oh, brother, I know pain. Your injury was really that deep, huh? Luckily, it missed my internal organs. Otherwise, I wouldn't be alive right now. According to his doctor, his injury will take about 3 weeks to heal. There's no way someone of that kind of injury would have gone along the outside wall. But he might have been able to with a burst of adrenaline brought on by the pain. Adrenaline, is that your answer for everything? Hey, it works, buddy. I kicked open a door when it caved in on my ribs, so adrenaline can work. It's just the adrenaline...
flashbacks.
The adrenaline wears off afterwards, and then there's searing pain. But the adrenaline is a thing. In the court of law, the only thing that matters is evidence, not rampant speculation. At least admit it's scientifically rampant speculation. May I continue? Sure, whatever. By the time we reached the scene, it was all over.
Hold it!
So you still insist that you reached the Vista deck after the murder had occurred? Is that correct? Yes, that's correct. Ellen must have killed him. There's no other explanation. Pause. I have a question. If Ellen killed him, why isn't her dress covered in blood? She has a white dress.
Yeah,
it would be
would
very easy to get stains on that.
Yeah, you would think, like, something would be on her dress, like scuff marks or anything.
And I highly doubt that they would have had more than one wedding dress ready because they weren't planning on doing 2 receptions.
The fact that he's throwing his wife under the bus is pretty concerning.
Yeah, I would say he did it, but I think his butler did it, just because I want to be able to say the butler did it.
Feels like they're not treating this... This might be the best... And if this was a real scenario, this might be the best thing that ever happened to this lady, because she can see his true colors now and get out of the marriage while she can, because it looks like he's going to mistreat her for the rest of her life. He's not treating her well because she's a maid, and he's looking down on her because he thinks she's not as good as him. And that's very cruel.
So it's not like a Maid in Manhattan situation? Because the Maid in Manhattan guy liked her, I think.
Yeah, I mean, that was a cute movie, but I think it's almost impossible. I think most marriages where the family thinks that they're better than the wife, I think they usually end in disaster, because they usually end up horrible, because you have to... I really think that women, like, they have to have, either if they get married young, they have to do something like have a crafting business, or, you know, do something where they, even if it's a volunteer thing, they have to have something that makes them them, because you know, especially if you get married young, your in-laws are going to suck the life out of you, because your whole life is just going to be cleaning for them and doing everything for them, showing up to their things, and eventually they're going to think that they're better than you, especially if you don't have a degree or something. So I think it's better, you know. Yeah, I don't know if the Maid in Manhattan thing is even possible. I think that's just a movie.
That was J-Lo, wasn't it?
Yeah, I like Jennifer Lopez.
Okay. Ellen must have killed him. There's no other explanation. Why aren't you giving us eye contact?
I guess whether Pierce was with Sorin or not doesn't change the outcome.
I guess not. In fact, more witnesses actually makes it worse for us. Whoops. So another cover-up, huh?
That Sorin has too many secrets. I bet he's still hiding other things too.
Maya, I have a question. Why can't we just resurrect the guy who died? Like, you know his name, you know his face.
No, you're gonna have Maya channel every single time and have it be like a thing.
Yeah. Hey, by the way, who killed you?
I think that...
Point to the person that killed you.
Here's my reasoning why Maya can't channel every case. Because it takes a lot out of her, and also... Isn't channeling a sacred art? If she does it all the time, then you're making the sacred profane, as they say. You're making the sacred common. You can't take something that's sacred and make it an everyday thing. Like, it changes the impact of it. What?
Well, maybe they have dinner reservations, Maya and Nick, and they want to get this case over with quicker. There you go. It's important.
I don't think that... I think she can only do it when it comes to, like, when it's a spiritual reason to do it. Like, I don't think she can do it all the time. I don't think... She wouldn't be a very good spirit channeler if she just did it all the time.
Okay.
That'd be like if an exorcist was walking down the street and every crazy person that he saw while he was just taking a walk with his wife or his dog, he just like said, "Come out of you!" Like he just started like exorcising people all the time and taking tons of spirits out of people. I mean, I guess...
Interesting to see. Especially if he's on a walk with his dog and he just like randomly starts saying, "Come out!" And you know, you see all these people falling over on the sidewalks and demons popping up. And the dog is just
I mean, that
walking.
would be pretty cool.
Be interesting. Okay. Maya says, I bet he's still holding...
But he's still hiding other things too!
That's definitely a possibility, probably. But in a situation like this, what do we have to do is go back to the basics.
You mean go over the testimony and check for any lies or inconsistencies?
Yeah, that. You got it.
Alright, Nick, let's go for it!
Da-da-da. Okay, so there was something off with, this is statement 1, statement 2, statement 3.
And what's the one that got
statement
added?
4. There was a couple ones. Statement 5. The knife wound is quite deep and continues to throb with pain.
Well, we can see if he remembers being stabbed by the candelabra.
Wait, he said knife. Wait, that's
yeah,
a
maybe he's lying though. Maybe
yeah,
it's not a knife.
You were stabbed by a candle, dude.
Maybe he's lying about that.
Wait, where did our candelabra go?
There, it's that red thing.
Oh yeah, there it is.
It's the red one.
Why did the candle get red?
Because she sprayed it with luminol.
What color was the candelabra before?
I don't know. Like, candelabra color.
Okay.
Hi Crossfighter, great to see you. Hope you're having a great day. Says hi Luke and Amber, how are you? Pretty good, Crossfighter, thank you. Hi, Isaiah, hi Jessica, hi Tom, hello Peter, hi Princess Emmy, hi, Ben.
Objection!
Oh, we need this thing stopped. Mr. Sprocket, you just said your injury is a knife wound, didn't you? Oops.
Oopsies.
But the weapon you were stabbed with was a candelabra. This thingy. The fact I know you're quite aware of. Very well. This is what I heard directly from Master Sorin himself. As you surmise, Master Sorin was stabbed by Gloomsbury on the day of the murder. It happened after the first wedding reception. That's a heck of a way to end a wedding reception. A happy couple was in the reception hall when suddenly Gloomsbury appeared and stabbed him. He attacked Miss Ellen and tried to take her away. Master Sorin went to stop him and found himself in a struggle with Gloomsbury. That's when Master Sorin was stabbed with a candelabra. It's like I'm chewing gum, but there's no gum.
Yep.
Objection!
Just got to get my voice like that. Now I gotta go to the other British accent. Give me a sec. It must have been a simple memory slip that made him misspeak. It happens to everyone. It has nothing to do with the case. Probably. You must be pretty desperate to point out something so minute, right? Grrr. He says grrr. Now we go Scottish. I have to agree with Mr. Wright. You would hardly need to make such a big deal over such a small mistake. But I contend that it's an important inconsistency. Besides, I couldn't find anything else. This is the only thing I have to go after. And I say not important. Now, let us not waste any more time on this matter. I agree. Everyone has a little memory of lapse every now and then. I have one very often. No one asked for your life story. But, Your Honor, please let me explain. Can you really explain to this court what makes this slip so important? Yes, I can, Your Honor. After all, it was Sorin himself who told Pierce that he had been stabbed by a candelabra. This is more than a simple memory slip. There has to be some kind of reason for it. Well, Mr. Wright, please explain why the witness slip of the tongue is so important. I'm getting to that. The point to focus on here is why the witness would mistake the weapon used to stab him. Think carefully, Phoenix. This could very well change the course of this trial. I see. So why did the witness make that mistake, Mr. Wright? Mr. Sprocket identified the wrong weapon used against him because...
Maybe he was passed out at the time, or...
I'd say he's covering for somebody. Maybe.
He could be passed... I don't know.
Oh, guys and gals, let's get those likes up. We're only at about 78 likes, and we're 25 minutes in.
These are the days of Luke is gonna have more energy because of his protein powder.
Hmm?
What? You're gonna be really happy with that protein powder.
I'm eating like peanut butter now, though.
Yeah, it's at the bottom. You don't have to eat all that if you don't want to. You can always toss that out. I usually eat it, though. I usually eat the peanut butter sludge at the bottom.
Why'd you have to describe it like that?
Because that's what it looks like. Chocolatey peanut butter sludge.
It doesn't taste chocolatey. It tastes like peanut butter.
You could put some more milk in it. It'll taste better.
No, I don't want to do that. But why do you call it sludge? That makes what I'm drinking sound disgusting. Make sure you drink all the sludge on the bottom.
He has... I think he didn't remember. Maybe he passed out and then got stabbed. Or... somebody stabbed him and he had no memory of it, so he would... So what would that mean? He would be passed out and then they stabbed him?
I would think that what's-his-name has, like, he's covering for Pierce.
Try the covering. Let's see what happens. We could always save first and see what happens.
Okay, fine. We'll compromise.
The reason why I call it sludge is because I have a dark sense of humor, that's why.
I don't even want to know.
I have a weird sense of humor, and it makes people usually not like me.
Well,
Statements like that is the reason why people don't like my personality type.
Statements about...
calling your shake sludge.
What does it mean?
That's what makes people not
like me. Why?
Alright, let's try he's covering for someone. He's covering someone going for $50.
We have to wait for the cat crossing to be over because he's making it hard for me to move around.
I mean, that would be the most logical thing, is he's covering for someone.
Alright, Link.
I think he misspoke is not a viable thing, because that doesn't even make any...
No.
That's not even a reason.
Alright, let's summon a lifeline. Is it? He's covering for someone. He has no memory.
What are you doing? Are you asking the chat?
Yeah, I'm doing a lifeline, 50-50. It's a...
Okay, chat, I think Luke is asking you guys then. I got kind of confused what was happening. Yeah. What do you guys think? Has no memory of it, or he's covering from someone?
The chat is saying no memory. Okay. Is that your final answer?
I would have liked to see what they said if he's covering for it, since we already saved.
You want to see what? Okay. I mean, I don't mind doing extra dialogue option. All right, we're gonna go with Amber's choice, and then we'll go to the no memory one after. Mr. Sprocket is trying to cover for someone. He is? And who might that be? Well, Mr. Gloomsbury, maybe? Why would Mr. Sprocket try to cover for the man who stabbed him? And regardless of the weapon, the fact remains that Mr. Gloomsbury stabbed the witness. Yes, that's true. Exactly, Mr. Edgeworth.
Yeah. Sorry, Nick. I have to agree here.
I guess that makes sense.
At least we got to see Nick sweat.
Too bad there's no one to cover for you, Mr. Wright. You'll have to accept this penalty. All by your lonesome.
Aww.
I wouldn't mind having someone to cover for me every once in a while. Oh well, I can't lose heart now. I've got to keep on trying.
Do you want to redo our save file, or just keep going with it?
I think that builds character. I want to keep going.
Okay, he has no memory of it! Let's go!
Hand slam. He doesn't remember the incident, let alone the weapon used against him. Not only that, but I believe Mr. Sprocket has some sort of memory disorder. Therefore, the defense contends that Mr. Sprocket's testimony thus far is invalid.
Objection!
Just because you can't find a flaw in his testimony, you want to throw it all out? Your baseless claim is nothing but pure slander of the witness's character. Mr. Edgeworth is correct, Mr. Wright. Can you explain your grounds for making this claim? Of course, Your Honor. Probably. think of what Sorin has said, how he's behaved, that's where I'll find a clue. Very well, let us hear your argument then. My grounds for claiming that Mr. Sprocket has memory disorder is...
He has to write down everything in his notebook, right?
His notebook. Yeah, that's what I was gonna say too. Alright. 30 minutes.
His taciturn personality.
I don't know what that is.
I would love to see, like, the different dialogue options.
Well, let's have some fun. We're gonna save this time. Ba-ba.
Yeah, I mean, like, some people are like, oh no, we wasted time, but it's never a waste of time when you do the other options, because then you get to see all the different dialogue. That's the whole point of the game.
Okay, we're gonna do his personality, and then his airplane pen, and then we'll load it.
Okay.
His weird personality! He may seem standoffish, but in reality, he's desperately trying to memorize everything that's happening!
Objection!
So anyone who is quiet and standoffish can be accused of having a memory disorder? Do the guard at the detention center or the bailiff have memory disorders too? No? Those grounds are nowhere near sufficient to make such a claim, Mr. Wright. Perhaps you should take a cue from the witness and speak less frequently instead. Penalty!
Nice
I had
one.
to come up with a more convincing argument.
Let's try to get as many penalties as possible.
My grounds for claiming that Mr. Sprocket has memory disorder is his airplane pen! That airplane pen he always uses. The truth is, it's an external memory device. It's a what? What makes you say that? I mean, it transforms into an airplane and stuff. So I thought it wouldn't be a stretch for an inventor like him to make a memory bank. That your theory is simply amazing. Amazingly sloppy. I suggest you invent yourself some better ideas, defense. Penalty! Yeah, I guess the idea of external memory device is pretty half-baked. I'd better think it over again, and this time I'll put a little more gusto into it. The grounds for claiming that Mr. Sprocket was... Load save file. Ta-da. It's like it never happened. The grounds for claiming that Mr. Sprocket has a memory disorder is... Notebook!
Yeah!
The notebook he always has with him. I saw daily events and information about the people around him recorded in it. Like a diary, perhaps? So people with diaries have now disorders? I see. No, Your Honor, it's much too detailed to be an ordinary diary. It's more of an order of a database, actually. A database, you say? That's right. For some reason, Mr. Sprocket is apparently unable to retain memories. That's why he writes every little detail of his life down in his notebook.
Objection!
How could you possibly know that for sure? He might just be an extremely compulsive person. I thought so too myself at first. To be honest, we accidentally got a stain on his notebook yesterday. Maya throwing him under the bus.
You mean you got a stain on it?
Hey! You're the one who tried to grab it out of my...
Objection!
Never mind whose fault it was. Just get to the point already. It was Maya's fault! Right. Sorry. It was totally Maya. Mr. Sprocket. The page Miss Faye got a stain on yesterday. That's the page with the details of your stabbing on it, isn't it? No, I only write in the notebook because I'm very compulsive. Now drop the subject already. Sorry, but I'm not convinced. I noticed an odd fact about your notebook, Mr. Sprocket. What? On the earlier pages, you used to write down invention ideas. But after a certain date, you started writing down a lot more and in more detail. I want that airplane pen. I believe your memory disorder stems from what happened on that date. Something so monumental it caused a memory disorder, Mr. Wright? You didn't know what you're talking about. Chat, let's get those likes up. We're past the 30-minute mark. Thank you. Sorry, but I do know what I'm talking about, because I'm a lawyer, and this is the proof. That's how he knows. Being a lawyer. This thing has caused Mr. Sprocket's memory disorder. It's a car accident. It can happen to people's memory.
Yep. Yeah, again, guys and gals, remember, if you guys are watching a guide of this playthrough while you're watching the stream, you don't need to write like a whole guide in the chat. We don't want to spoil it for people that haven't seen the game, so we're just asking for guesses, not for people to write the answers to a guide.
Got the answer, I got the answer.
So, like, if you guys already know it 10 minutes before it happens, most likely you guys are looking at a guide and putting it in the chat. So, you know, make sure you guys don't spoil it for people. Yeah. Yeah, the main thing is to have fun, so, yeah.
That's good sludge.
Good sludge. Yeah. Alright, great to see you guys. Hi, Crossfighter. Hi, Peter. Hi, Princess Emmy. And hello, Everly and Red Hood and J-Cat. Hope you guys are all having a great day. Okay. Alright, so let's see. He has no memory of it. So what would actually...
I'm saying the newspaper.
Thing that caused Mr. Sprocket's disorder. Yeah, maybe the car crash?
Take that!
Because car crashes can hurt people's heads, like mine.
Yeah.
I would have been such a cooler person without my head stuff.
No, there are people that have been posting, especially if they know every single answer over and over again. I've already asked this a few times before. If you guys already know the answer, please don't post it. It's only for people that are guessing. If you know the answer, please don't post it, because that's a spoiler. Unless we're asking for legitimate help. But usually when we're asking for guesses from the chat, not the answer.
The most help we need right now is to magically get the likes up. Okay, here we go.
Yeah, we're not asking for the answer. We're asking for people guessing to have fun with this stream.
Okay, here we go. So does peanut butter actually help with, like, headaches at all, or no?
I don't know. I'd have to look that up.
Okay.
But a lot of people have been posting it, like, literally, I've seen people posting an answer to a question that's 5 questions ahead of where we're even going to go. Like, someone is writing something, and then, like, 20 minutes later, we come across that answer. And they keep posting it over and over again. So, literally, people have been spoiling, 20 minutes early for everything that happens. People don't want to see the answers to every question 20 minutes before we even get to the question.
Okay.
So, make sure you guys just are posting guesses, not the answers. If you know the answer, then you're spoiling it by posting it.
Here we go. You were involved in this car accident too, weren't you, Mr. Sprocket? And the shock of sludge. And the shock of losing your beloved older sister is what caused you to develop your memory disorder. Is this true, Mr. Sprocket? Well, is it?
Nerg!
Nerg! That's it. Nerg! Mr. Sprocket! Nerg! Ugh! It's true. The accident did something to my mind. What? Wait, he came out Scottish. Ever since that day, every time I go to sleep, I lose my memories. And when I wake up, the most recent thing I can remember is the day I lost my sister. It's as if I'm constantly going back in time. What? That's, truly tragic. An inconsolable time traveler who goes back in time whenever he goes to sleep. How do you expect to get married? Besides, time travelers do exist, but you wouldn't understand. So he was referring to himself. So that's what Sorin meant. He was talking about himself. The reactions of the people around me each time I awoke made me aware of my condition. That's why I decided to write everything down in my notebook, so I could move forward. Smart! So only the memories you have since that day are the ones written in that notebook? That's right. And since the page about your stabbing got stained, you couldn't read from it, could you? There's just one more thing I'd like you to clarify for me, Mr. Sprocket. Exactly what are you feeling toward the victim? Mr. Sprocket's feeling toward Gloomsberry? That's right, Your Honor. The witness said that every time he wakes up from sleep, his mind goes back to the day his sister died. Mr. Wright, you can't mean... Mr. Sprocket, your pent-up feelings of anger and resentment towards Mr. Gloomsberry for the accident were renewed each and every time you woke, weren't they not? Nah. Whoa. Phoenix is going hardcore here. You couldn't take it anymore, so you turned to murder. Isn't that right? What? Mr. Wright, are you saying that the witness murdered Mr. Gloomsberry? For revenge? Yeah. Mr. Sprocket! Now who's saying hold it? The bride.
Hold it!
Miss what?
Your Honor, I did it! I killed Mr. Gloomsberry!
Oh, the drama. What? No! Nani? Miss Watt! What are you trying to do?
Don't tell me you're still thinking of going that route! Sorin is innocent! He can't be found guilty! Take me instead!
Ellen, please! Try and get a hold of yourself.
Oh, she's trying to cover for him.
I guess she really meant it.
My Sorin didn't do anything wrong. I'm the one who should be convicted.
You to understand that you are confessing your guilt? No, 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 no! Now just wait a minute! Ah! Ellen, why would you cover for me after I testified that I thought you must have killed him?
I'll admit, I couldn't believe my ears at first, Sorin. But all I want is for you to be happy. Your happiness is my happiness, Sorin.
But without my notebook, I'd even forget those feelings of yours by tomorrow. Knowing that, do you still feel this way?
You've loved me all this time, the same way you did before the accident.
Oh, they knew each other before. Okay. That's kind of cute.
This is kind of like deja vu. That's how I know, Sorin, that you're the same person I've always loved. No disorder can change that.
Ellen. Your Honor, there are two things I'd like to correct. Two corrections? What are they? First of all, I want to withdraw one of my statements. That's right. Dumas was killed by Ellen.
He was trying to read the name. It's hard for Luke to read certain names that he's not familiar with.
Without memories to rely on.
This is what happens when you have dyslexia and you're trying to read new names.
I took the police completely at their word. You can't be serious, Freudian slip. I have a migraine. Excuse me. I am human. Error is human.
He's been trying not to read that the wrong way, like this entire case. It was bound to happen at some point. So that means Sorin never really doubted Ellen in the first place, did he, Nick?
Ellen really does love Sorin with all her heart, but how does he feel? But in order to save her, I'll still have to go after Sorin. I hope you can forgive me, Ellen. And what is your other correction, Mr. Sprocket? The truth is, I never felt anger or resentment towards Gloomsberry about my sister. What? Why not? That's because the one who caused the car accident was me. NANI?! Order! Order in the court!
Please continue, Mr. Sprocket.
I'm the one who killed my sister. To protect my career and my future, my father made Gloomsbury take the blame, in exchange for money and position of the lead servant.
Whoa. I mean, he caused the car accident. It was an accident. Okay. Sorin did what? Alright guys, we're 45 minutes. Let's get the likes up.
Yeah, and I wanted to say, Peter, you always help in a very kind and respectful way. There were other people that weren't helping in a respectful way, and that's why I said something. So, you asked the question about helping and stuff. You do help in the chat. There was just a lot of people that weren't helping in a respectful way, so, but the way you help is you're always kind and respectful when you help out, so I appreciate that. Okay.
Alright, here we go.
Alright. Newspaper article updated in the court record.
So you see, Gloomsbury must have held a grudge against me, not the other way around.
Yeah.
And he must have attacked Ellen to get his revenge on me.
Are you sure about all this, Mr. Sprocket?
Very sure. It's all been written down in detail in my notebook.
That notebook is important evidence, supplying background to this case. I must insist you submit it as evidence.
My notebook! My brain!
We took his notebook.
The lawyer said I had turned into murder, but that is not true. However, it's true that my older sister and,
Just
Gloomsbury are both dead.
Yeah, Gloomsbury.
Both dead because of me and my negligence.
I think we should call him Doomsbury because his name is Doom.
Doomsbury! I like that.
Doomsbury.
His name's now Doomsbury.
That's easier.
I just glanced through Mr. Sprocket's notebook. It's very, very, disturbing stuff. I wasn't able to read the part about when he was stabbed due to the blood stain, Maya, but what was written yet about his sister's car accident is exactly as he stated.
Your Honor, as long as it matches what's written in that notebook, we can still take the witness's testimony as valid in spite of his memory disorder.
Yes, I believe we can, yes.
I understand, now that the witness' memory is in disarray. But if what Mr. Sprocket himself wrote in this notebook is true, then that means by the time Mr. Sprocket's party reached the scene, the victim had already been killed. Edgeworth's right. I'm still in the same bind as before. But I should really simply accept the contents of the notebook? As a substitute for Sorin's memory?
Well, Mr. Wright, what do you think? Will you accept Mr. Sprocket's notebook as an official representation of his memories?
Will I accept Mr. Sprocket's notebook? Yes? No. Yes. No.
I'm guessing no.
No. No. Okay, we'll try.
Okay.
No. Wait a minute, Your Honor. Notebooks can't talk. The defense requests a chance to examine the notebook to see if it is trustworthy.
Very well, but be quick about it. Everyone else wants to read it.
Thank you, Your Honor. There's probably some spicy stuff in here.
How should we examine it, Mr. Wright? I mean, Nick?
Well, considering I can't read, we should just look at the pictures and the bloodstains to see if there's anything else suspicious.
You can't read?
I can't read!
Why does he have a cow on his notebook? Raw. R-A-L. Okay, Luke is in an interesting mood because of his headache.
Yes, my headache is pounding. There's no point if I don't look at what's inside. I have to open it and hope for pictures. With your permission, Sorin, here I go.
I do not give my permission.
Hey, look, it's a war shack! Yikes!
It looks like the Batman.
The Batman's coming.
Oh, it's just the page Maya got all stained. But I guess it's not going to be very helpful at this moment. I'll keep going.
Wow.
This last page where there's writing. Something about this page doesn't sit right with me. I'd better take a closer look. It says I.
hate frogs.
The page has been torn out, and it looks like there's something written on it.
I killed Mr. Doomsbury.
It looks like a page has been torn out of here. Mr. Sprocket, do you know what was written on it?
I do not like butter pecan ice cream.
Oh, that? I often tear out a page when I write somebody a note. I probably wrote something down for somebody, tore it out, and gave it to them.
Wouldn't he run out of pages pretty quick since he uses that every day?
Wait, he didn't try to have Ellen killed, did he? No.
Oh my gosh.
No. Oh yeah. Well, that solves that then.
Objection!
No, it don't. Wait a minute. We can't ignore the possibility that something important was written on that page.
But now that the page has been torn out, how can I determine what was written there?
Well, let's see. To find out what was written in the notebook, we should heat it with a lighter. I just want to see people's reaction.
Yeah, you could try it. You could try heat it with a lighter. I can't believe you're having fun playing a video game, Luke. You have to be for serious and do everything perfectly, so that everyone thinks that you did it 100% perfectly with no mistakes. How dare you make a mistake or have fun playing a video game?
I know. We should heat the notebook with a lighter.
Okay.
Maybe the heat will reveal what was written. Like invisible ink. Your Honor, do you have a lighter I could borrow?
A lighter? And what exactly are you planning to do with one?
I want to heat this notebook up and over on the open flame.
You have any reason to believe there's something to be gained by doing that?
Well, it's just a hunch, Your Honor, but
I won't let you take a lighter to evidence over some simple hunch. Have some sense, Mr. Wright, and a penalty!
Ah, the judge is right. Setting the notebook on fire would be a disaster and probably burn the courthouse down. Okay, I'd better look at this more logically, like he said. Let's see. To find what is written in the notebook, we should hold it up to the light! I know! We should hold the notebook up to the light. Duh, I don't see a thing.
What are you flailing about over there, Mr. Wright?
No, just a minute, Your Honor. I'm doing a very important lawyering. I just need a little more time to,
Mr. Wright, this court does not accept answers in the form of pantomime.
Oh, I think the judge misinterpreted my movements. Let's see. Okay, load. I had my fun. Boop. It's like it never happened. Except we know it happened. Because we were there. Alright guys, we're almost at the hour mark. Let's get those likes up. Fingerprint powder.
Yeah, I guess we can try fingerprint powder. Yeah.
Oops. Powder? Fingerprint powder. Here we go. If we use fingerprint powder on the notebook, we might be able to see what was written.
Fingerprint powder? How would that help us find out what was written there?
Well, if the writing left indentations on the blank page behind it, smart me, fingerprint powder would make those small indentations visible to the naked eye. Oh, stop. Fingerprint powder would only sully the notebook further.
Mr. Wright, if you used powder and still didn't find anything, then you must accept that the notebook is a representation of the witness's memories.
All right, Your Honor. I understand. I will also buy the defendant a new notebook. If I don't find anything, it's all over for me anyway. Powder, don't fail me now!
You're about to be out $1.90 for a new notebook.
I don't have a lot of money. I'm not a wealthy millionaire like Sprocket, but I still will buy him a new notebook. It's actually more than... That's a nice notebook. That's a hardcover notebook.
I'm gonna guess if I had to purchase that in a fine establishment such as Walmart, and it had a nice little like cover on it with a display like of a drawing, I'm gonna guess that was about $6 and something cents. $6.23. I'm gonna estimate that the price is right.
Price is right.
I will now use the fingerprint powder on the blank page.
All right, here we go. To find out if we can see what was written on the torn out page. Okay, here we go. First, I'll apply some fingerprint powder. When I dusted enough powder, I'll use the blow button to blow and access the powder. Don't blow powder, kids. If something should appear, I should switch to analyze mode. Point to what came up and confirm my choice.
I mean, if it's fingerprint dusting powder, it's okay to blow it.
No, don't. No blowing or anything of white powder.
If you're doing it if you're a forensic scientist, it's okay.
So we're calling it white powder is science now, I see.
That's what we're doing right now is science. It's a power of science, Luke.
No! He tried to kill his fiance? You jerk face. Thought you said you loved her. Unless somebody stole his notebook to write this.
Yeah, guys, we are 4 away from 100. Please like if you have not liked already.
Oh, he took Ellen. He took Ellen to the Vista deck.
Oh, you're getting it. Oh, you're able to get it from there.
I struck and killed him. Oh.
He did kill him.
Wow. He saved his wifey.
Well, then why did he blame it on her? Dumas, Doomsbury took Ellen to the Vista deck. I struck and killed Dumas. Doomsbury. Well, I mean, maybe it's self-defense. I mean, if he's saving her life, I don't understand. If this is my thing, I don't understand. If you see someone trying to kill somebody else, and you kill the person trying to kill somebody else, is that not other person defense? It's not self-defense, but it's literally other person defense. Don't you have the right to save somebody who's being killed? I think people have that right. I don't really understand. I'm gonna have to look up the legal ramifications of that.
I mean, I did everything, so, I mean, how do we get out of this now?
Oh, yeah, you're right. Peter was reminding us, remember? Remember Sorin? Remember what Sorin said earlier?
What?
He said he gave his notebook to Pierce at one point.
Oh.
So the other guy could have done it.
Why would he frame... Oh, if he really is the fiancé, he would frame for revenge for the sister's death. Because the brother was responsible for the car accident, so... He tried to ruin two lives.
So he was
the
trying
driver
to frame...
and...
Maybe he was trying to frame Sorin.
Mm-hmm. Okay, so how do we got our dusting done. I want to leave. Let me out.
We're missing parts of the...
It says I struck and killed. This is huge! Got it.
Yeah, thank you.
Come on, guys. Before we continue the case, let's finish those likes. We're almost at the hour mark. We're at 59 minutes. Let's go. Let's go. Let's go. We got to get those likes up, yo. 96. Almost hour.
I don't know why. The likes are so few.
Ever since that one day that YouTube, like, yeeted, like,
all those people watching, the likes and shares have never worked right. When did that happen? It happened on Wednesday or something?
Yeah.
Okay.
I did all I can. Thank you, Crossfighter, for helping share. Appreciate that.
Okay, guys, we're
And,
gonna
like,
we're gonna continue when we hit 100, though.
Okay, hi Drago, hi Crossfighter. Yep, thank you for helping like and share, Crossfighter. I appreciate that a lot. And for helping people. Yeah, guys, try to behave in the chat because try to just be positive if you can, cuz this is supposed to be a fun game. Yeah, our likes are kind of messed up. Whoever was asking about why people weren't liking it.
And Phoenix is gonna keep staring at you guys and blinking till the likes get up to 100. That's what's gonna happen. He's gonna sit there. Remember, guys, wait until the ad finishes or skip the ad before you hit the like button because it won't work.
If you just come to the video and there's an ad playing and you like it and you just leave, it won't count until you've actually watched the video.
Yep.
Alright, well, I'm going to try to put this over on, take this time to put it on.
Yep. Phoenix is staring into your soul, audience. Phoenix is staring into your very soul. Soul staring.
Do you have your phone around here or no?
No, actually, I don't know where my phone is because I have a headache. I haven't, other than texting you really early in the morning, I don't know where my phone is.
Oh, okay.
Sorry.
Yep, and you guys did great with the short this morning. So thank you for that.
Yep, good job with the short, ladies.
And I am trying to get up every morning at 7 in the morning and share that short like crazy. So that's going to be my thing that I'm going to be doing from now on. So I'm probably actually going to, it'll help me. Maybe I'll go to the park or sit in, near like somewhere where I can get Wi-Fi and share that short a lot. Because that'll be my thing.
Ooh.
And I can't share it because my battery's out, so it's up to everyone else.
Yep. We're almost at 100, guys. Come on, let's go. Let's go. Phoenix wants to go. I don't know what's going on.
Yeah, I mean, like, sometimes they do try to punish us if our short does well in the morning. Like, they try to punish our stream later. Maybe you can try liking it with the Night Wings or One Count.
I did. I liked it with our 2 YouTube channels. KwingsLetsPlays and the 01 channel. Alright, guys, we're 2 away. 2 away. Almost there.
I was going to share it on Facebook, but my phone is out of batteries.
Yep. So ever since they did that weird thing on Wednesday or it was either Wednesday or Tuesday where like it dropped like all the people down to watching to like from like 100 to 2 people. And like YouTube's live streaming got messed up after that. And then the comment issue and the likes and share issue on the Wednesday and Thursday.
Well, it could be because whenever I ask people not to do spoilers, I think some people dislike it.
Okay, so we're still waiting on 2 to continue, guys. Because if, the likes don't go up, the video doesn't improve, so, Okay, looks like I'm seeing 100. Alright, guys, your next like goal is 120. Let's try to get 120 likes in the next 20 minutes. Yep, we reached it. We can continue. That's how it works.
Yep, thank you, everyone.
105.
Yeah, I'm working on doing things behind the scenes. I have a whole thing of ways that I'm going to be sharing stuff. Well, I already do share a lot. I usually share for it usually takes me a couple hours to share stuff every morning, because I was sharing both of the videos that went up today and doing a whole bunch of other things this morning, so, but I'm going to try to share even more, because I was very inspired by what you guys did yesterday, where you guys were able to get those videos up. Okay.
I'm ready.
I guess we're ready to go.
I'm ready. It says, I struck and killed dumbass. Ah!
Luke, why? I was trying to cover for you. Literally, I was trying to get people to not say you said the wrong thing.
I didn't finish it. I caught myself.
Wow.
His name is basically that.
Luke, have you ever watched the documentary of Alexander Dumas, the famous person who wrote The Three Musketeers?
I just can't say the name.
It's a French name.
I'm not French.
Dumas.
I am not French.
Dumas. It's a French name. Dumas. It's a famous French name. There's a famous person by this name.
But it's so close to the actual spelling of that word.
He wrote, what is it?
All right. Okay, it's fine. We're going. We're going.
The Count of Monte Cristo. He wrote that famous book. I'm going to make you read the book so that you will not forget the name. Book is like 500 pages long.
It still looks like that word to me.
It is not. It is French.
Okay, well, excuse my French then.
Wow.
That's what was written on the torn out page. What? I can't be.
I don't believe it. There has to be some kind of mistake. Sorin would never, could never.
She fainted. Miss Watt! Bailiff, please get the defendant to the infirmary at once!
Well, this guy really knew how to frame somebody.
Well, she won't be here for the rest of the case.
Apparently the defendant got too worked up and she's resting in the infirmary as we speak.
Wow, Sorin should have never allowed people to see his
Wait. So if you faint in a court of law, they actually have a infirmary there?
And maybe in Japan.
Maybe in Japan, yeah. I thought they would probably just show up with a bucket of water and be like, "Suck it up, you're being on trial for murder." What's your deal?
I will say that I don't know if I'm allowed to say this, but I did watch a certain trial of two famous people. I don't know, the Johnny Depp trial, and the one person who was the witness was frequently asking to leave and saying, every time they would be asked a hard question, they were always saying like, I have a headache, I feel like I need to leave and lie down. But I don't believe there was an infirmary or anything there.
Okay.
Like, they just left and sat on a bench for a while and then came back.
Okay.
So I don't think in America they have infirmaries. I don't think they do. But that's just me. I don't really know. I've only watched a few trials.
All right. Apparently the defendant got too worked up and she's resting in the infirmary as we speak. Now then, please continue, Mr. Wright.
Yes, Your Honor. This notebook is all Mr. Sprocket has to remember things by, right? Well, with this critical page torn out, not even Mr. Sprocket himself knew the truth of what he'd done. I'm the one who killed him? So it wasn't Ellen. Oh, thank goodness.
What?
Mr. Sprocket, does this mean you were at the crime scene during the murder after all? I guess I must have been.
Oh my gosh! Well, I just thought of something, but I could be wrong.
The butler did it! I know what's gonna happen. The butler did it.
What if the butler... what if he passed out and the guy stabbed him with a candelabra to make it look like he was, like, in a fight, but in reality, he wasn't? Maybe
No, I'm gonna say he did get stabbed trying to save his wife, and then he lost his book, and, like, the butler killed the guy out of revenge. He wants revenge on two people. The butler wants revenge on two people is my theory. The first person he wants revenge on is the driver. He killed the driver right away. Then he wants to ruin the person's life who is the cause of the accident, which would be Master Sorin.
Oh, wow.
So
he wanted to do two... Yeah, he wanted to ruin the driver, Mr. Doomsbury, and he wanted to ruin Sorin's.
But I don't understand why he tried to get the... Maybe at the last minute he was like, you know, instead, I'm going to blame the bride because I've no beef against Sorin.
The driver's already dead. Maybe he was like, but it's already too late. I don't know.
That's weird. Why would he randomly blame the bride who she didn't do anything to him?
I'm saying the butler did it, because I just want to say that. Mr. Sprocket, can we really believe what's written in this notebook?
Nobody touches this notebook but me. When I sleep, it's under lock and key. I don't remember writing that I killed the person, but I guess I must have.
Well, that's, interesting. Now that we have a confession,
How is that a confession?
I'm afraid I must render my verdict.
Of all the... Yes, Your Honor. Please give me your ruling now, while Ellen is asleep. I want the woman I love to be set free as soon as possible.
What? Why was he ready for her to go to jail before?
Yeah, what's up with that?
This is like complete change of personality. This is weird.
Okay.
Sorin, he really does love Ellen after all, doesn't he?
Yeah. So this is how it ends, huh? But it is how it really went down. Is there really no way for them both to be happy?
I know we should consider anything written in the notebook to be truth, but still.
I myself wrote the crime in my notebook. No further proof is necessary.
Sorin himself wrote in his notebook. Wait a minute.
Very well. I will now give my verdict.
Ellen is about to be found not guilty, and Sorin will be convicted of the crime instead.
And yet, am I really ready for the judge to give his ruling? No!
No.
No. No. There's still more avenue left to explore.
This court finds that
Your Honor, there's still something that bothers me about that notebook.
Is there?
What are you going on about now, Mr. Wright? All you have to do is keep quiet, and your client's a free woman. Yeah, no. I know, but I think there might be more to this case than meets the eye. I'm not quite sure yet, but I think there still might be a way to save them both. A way for Ellen and Sorin to be happy.
What do you mean by more than meets the eye, Mr. Wright? Was that a Transformers reference?
I believe so, Your Honor.
Robots in disguise.
The question here should be, till all are one, why was the incriminating page torn out in the first place?
Why, to destroy the evidence, I would imagine.
But removing it from the notebook is the same as removing it from Mr. Sprocket's memory, which means he wouldn't have been able to trick the police if he came under suspicion. No, if he wanted to cover up his crime, he would have to remember that he had done it. Just what are you getting at with that line of inquiry, Mr. Wright?
Yes, I'm very confused. Please explain in small words so that the judge can understand. And the rest of the court.
Okay, Your Honor. The page was torn out of the notebook because he wanted to forget what happened. It was torn out by accident.
Somebody else tore it out.
Somebody else did it.
Yeah, thanks for reminding about us about that, Peter. I forgot that the butler had the notebook. That was a really interesting observation.
That's why, ladies and gentlemen, whenever it comes to a fancy soiree, always remember, the butler did it!
Then what? Then you should never
trust a butler.
But Luke, butlers, they have to do all this work and like...
There's only one good butler.
They iron...
And his name is Alfred.
Luke, there's a lot of butlers that help people
No,
out.
I'm sorry.
What about that show with Jeeves and Wooster? Butler named Jeeves.
I never talked to Jeeves. Alfred is the only true butler. That is a dear friend, a surrogate father, and an amazing chef. As well as he's good at keeping secrets, he is.
Literally, butlers have to do tons of work. They have to answer the door, iron people's clothes,
Anybody
make
can
people's
answer the door.
appointments.
Somebody else tore it out.
I don't know, Luke.
The incriminating page was torn out by somebody else. Another third party.
It's hard to get up and answer the door all the time.
What? Yeah, okay, let's train our cats to open the door. Link actually is pretty close at opening doors. He can do it. He can slam doors,
Give
too.
him a little butler outfit.
He'd look good with a little bow tie. Little fake mustache.
Yep.
Make fake mustaches for cat. Okay.
What?
Soren's like, I have a jetpack. I'm the Rocketeer. Why does he have a jetpack? Is no one going to explain why he's wearing a jetpack? All right.
Order! Order! Are you claiming a third person intervened with the notebook?
It's not all surprising if you consider what happened up until now. After both the car accident and the murder of Gloomsbury, I said it in my head, it's fine, there was always a cover-up not far behind. But I had my notebook with me at all times. Did you? Because I remember you were in a panic yesterday because you couldn't find it. That's true.
Who orchestrated this particular cover-up, Mr. Wright?
If we think back over the course of the trial, it's pretty easy to guess. The one who may have tried to tamper with Sorin's memories is... the butler!
The butler did it!
Aw, we could have said the ghost of the dead sister.
Oh,
Darn!
Missed opportunity, Luke.
Rewind! Oh.
That would be cool if there was a rewind feature.
No, there's not. The one who tampered with the notebook in order to manipulate Mr. Sprocket's memory was the butler. Is Pierce Knickerbody?
Yep.
The butler did it. Pierce? Pierce tried to tamper with my memories? Pierce was manipulating me? Case in point, the 2 receptions that were held to cover up the murder. It was Mr. Knickerbody who directed the guests and orchestrated the entire scheme.
Oh, yeah.
No, it can't be.
Yeah, he did.
Which of my memories are mine and which have been rewritten? When did he start rewriting my memories? Who wrote this? And this? And this? And this? And this? And this? Ah!
Oh, no. He was messing with his mind? Oh, are you...
He literally took off! Ah! Nani!
Oh, you wondered why he had a rocket on.
I mean, a jetpack is probably because he was afraid of flying.
Look, Nick, he's coming back down! He does look like he has a flight suit on, basically.
He looks like the Rocketeer.
Yeah.
My memories, Ellen. Mr. Sprocket!
Bailiff, please take Mr. Sprocket to the infirmary. But, make sure you keep someone in the room with those 2 crazy kids. It's not good to be alone.
But they're married, though.
Yes, but this is a public building. All right, Mr. Sprocket. He's been taken to the infirmary, along with his wife. We don't have to worry about him running away, or let us resume.
Oh, to be young.
We don't have to worry about him running away, so let us resume where he left off. Or something.
Your Honor, the defense would like to call Pierce Knickerbody to the stand.
Objection!
That just flew over people's heads. Whoosh. We already know he carried out the cover-up to protect the company that Mr. Sprocket... That joke was for the grown-ups. What more do you want from him? This time it's different, probably. The notebook, or rather, Mr. Sprocket's memories have been tampered with. That's a big no-no. That means the only person who knows the whole truth and nothing but the truth is Mr. Knickerbody.
Yeah.
Blech!
Persnickety.
Persnickety. Don't tell me you actually are trying to drum up a 3rd suspect in order to exonerate the defendant and her groom? Because of the power of love, you single freak! I'm not drumming up anything, nor do I have grounds to accuse him of anything. Yet! All I know is that Mr. Knickerbody's the only one who knows the truth! And I think he's still hiding something. Something we don't know about yet. He's the fiancé, Nick! And a doctor. And a terrible butler. No grounds yet, is it?
Well, Mr. Edgeworth, does the prosecution consent to calling the witness to the stand?
It does, Your Honor. However, I would like a little time to talk with the witness before we do.
Very well. We'll break for a 20-minute recess.
Yeah,
people didn't really get one.
You could just call him Pierce. Okay, let's go.
I'm gonna call him Purse.
His name is now Purse. Okay, next chapter. Final chapter.
Man bag.
Man person. The final chapter.
It's like when September 23rd, District Court Defendant Nominee number 3. When we were actually going to a pastor to go to like marriage counseling before we got married, because some people go to counseling before they get married. It's like you're supposed to like talk with your fiance to figure out if you really want to get married or something like that with a pastor and stuff. But anyway, this pastor like basically like Luke used to always carry my purse at the time. For some reason, I always used to ask him if he could carry my purse, and he would always be carrying my purse in. And he would always be grabbing it for me to help me out. And so, like, the big bastard said, like, is that your man bag? And he was like, it's my wife's purse. You don't remember that, I guess. You don't remember that?
No.
Oh.
But if you remember it, it must have been something I did. Although,
whenever we would drive in the car and then I would be getting out, when I was getting out of the car, you'd usually open the door for me and then you'd take my purse. You used to do that a lot.
Maybe I was trying to take the money.
You would always hold my purse for me, and I'd be like, oh, I don't want you to be seen with that, because people think you're weird, and you're like, I don't care what people think of me, and you'd grab my purse, you'd be like, come on, let's go. And then, like, when we go into a place, like, people would see you, like, carrying it in.
I will take your word for it, because I don't remember. I was on a lot of trial medicines back then because of my car accident, so it wasn't until 2007 that I was actually put on a decent medicine to help with memory loss and other things, but...
Yeah, I'm ready.
Okay.
Yeah, sorry.
The thing! Now all we have to do is face Pierce at the stand. I'm not sure if I should be surprised or not. The butler did it. One thing's for sure. Won't be an easy adversary because he's a butler.
So, do you think Pierce did it?
Maya, learn this one simple truth. The butler did it.
The butler is always at fault, Nick.
That's right. It's too early to say anything, but the butler did it! But I do think he's still hiding something.
Nick! Why didn't you pin everything on Sorin, loser back there?
Well, it looks like Larry still hasn't given up on Ellen, even though she totally friend-zoned him.
Is this Pierce guy, like, is he the real bad guy? Then Sorin and my Ellie will live happily ever after together. Ah!
Larry, that's not the kind of thing a decent human being says. They're a married couple, you doof.
Shame on you, Larry!
She already put a ring on it. Ah, you think I don't know? I have to give up my Ellie. But Nick, promise me you'll make her happy. She deserves to be really happy. Uh-huh. That's why she married Sorin, you goof. I'll make her happy once all this is said and done. And then they can have this on their permanent record. They'll be like, hey, what was your wedding like? We both went to jail for a day. We'll never forget it. The trial's about to resume, Mr. Wright. All right. Ready, Maya?
Yep, let's go.
I'll be rooting for you, Nick.
September 23rd. District Courtroom number 6. Wait, is that because this is the 6th case?
Hello, everyone. It is I, the Honorable Judge. Yes. I have nothing else to say.
Wow.
Witness, please take the stand.
You don't have anything negative to say about the views? Amazing, Luke.
What? Oh, I mean, they're not amazing, but...
Better than nothing.
yeah.
Please state your name and occupation for the court, please.
My name is Pierce Knickerbody. I'm the Sprocket family butler. Yeah, let's get straight to the point, Mr. Butler. Someone who tore out a page from Mr. Sprocket's notebook to manipulate his memories. And that person was you, wasn't it? Oh, that is correct. What about it? Well, that was easy. So why did you do that? Why did you tamper with Mr. Sprocket's notebook? Please allow me to explain. It pains me to do this, but I'll tell you all the truth. It pains you? That is correct. For my testimony will go against Master Sorin's wishes. Sorin's wishes? What is he talking about? Master Sorin's issue. Or something.
Luke has a headache, so this is Luke's headache personality.
I have a headache personality, yo. Why I tore it out. Okay, here we go. Everyone's like, I knew it! It's like, yes, the butler's guilty.
I feel bad for this guy, but...
He's the original fiancé, and he's a doctor slash butler slash murderer. He's a jack of all trades. I rushed to the Vista deck, but the crime had already been committed. You see? Right. I saw Miss Ellen and Mr. Gloomsbury collapse to Master Sorin writing in his notebook. Master Sorin said to me, I'll take the blame for the murder, so please take care of Ellen. But it went against his order. I tore the page out of his notebook and hid the body. Wait a second. What Mr. Sprocket was writing in his notebook at the time, could it be... I struck?
I struck and killed Doomsbury.
Right. It was meant to be a confession and admission that he killed Doomsbury himself. Right.
Why would they do this? They should have translated that for American audiences.
Right. He wrote that message to take the blame for Miss what? That is correct. Master Sorin did hit Gloomsbury with a timekeeper to save Miss Ellen. Then Mr. Sprocket was the culprit after all. However, that blow did not kill him. That makes sense. Mr. Sprocket's injury wouldn't allow him to put much force into it. Enraged, he tried to attack Master Sorin, who was already seriously wounded. But, just in the nick of time, Ellen hit him from behind. That's self-defense! That's self-defense! The groom hit him once, and then she did the follow-up. She didn't know it killed him. That's self-defense. Before they made it look like she repeatedly struck the guy with a blunt object on the head. She only hit him once. Just because she's a little bit stronger and the husband softened the dude's skull up, doesn't matter. It's self-defense. Case closed.
This is getting dark.
But just in the nick of time, Miss Ellen, with the strength of Superman, came up behind and finished him off, it would seem.
It would seem.
That is so self-defense. So the one who inflicted the fatal blow was the defendant? Yes, that is correct. But Master Sorin tried to take all the blame on himself.
No way! This is pretty bad, Nick!
How is it pretty bad? It's self-defense. No kidding. Pretty bad is an understatement. Well, Mr. Wright. It seems your decision to call Mr. Knickerbody has backfired. Well, your decision to say it wasn't self-defense makes you a poopy head. Because it was.
This is getting intense.
Well, the true culprit behind the case remains the defendant, Ellen Watt. Could this get any worse? But Pierce was involved in the cover-up plot, and I bet he still has something to hide. But their whole argument that it wasn't a self-defense thing was the fact that she repeatedly hit the guy in the head. That's why they said, no, we can't. Now it's like you could actually go back to this.
More than once.
You could go back to the self-defense plea because they both were guilty of smacking the guy in the head.
It's okay. It doesn't have to make sense. It's just a video game.
It needs to make sense because it's driving me crazy. Why I tore out the page. Alright, here we go. I rushed to the Vista deck, but the crime had already been committed, you see.
Hold it!
Alright, wait a minute. I thought you went to the Vista deck with Mr. Sprocket. Actually, that is not true. What? What do you mean? I found this out afterward, but Master Sorin went to the Vista deck alone. He went out the escape hatch in the reception hall and went along the outside wall. Because of the power of love.
What? The power of love?
You can't be serious! Curse you all, happy couples! You mean Mr. Wright actually guessed it correctly? What's with the... I hate you.
Addlepated?
I suppose truth really is stranger than fiction. The power of love, to be young.
So, Mr. Pierce, when you got into the scene, you saw Mr. Gloomsbury and Miss Watt, right? And Mr. Sprocket. Is that right? That's correct, yes. I'm a very good butler. Alright. Now, I saw Miss Ellen and Gloomsbury collapse and Master Sorin writing in his book.
Hold it!
Okay, so, when you and your group arrived at the Vista deck, the murder had already been committed.
That is correct, yes. Gloomsbury had already been struck. Miss Ellen had lost consciousness, probably from the shock of the incident.
And how did Mr. Sprocket appear?
Well, he was bleeding from his stab wound he received from Mr. Gloomsbury. It's quite disgusting. He's kind of lying there in his own blood. Barely conscious, he was writing something in his notebook with this very terrified look on his face.
Yeah, losing lots of blood could totally do that. Okay, so the mysterious third person Ellen saw was Sorin, then...
Hello. Master Sorin said to me, I'll take the blame for the murder, so please take care of Ellen. By take care of Ellen, I meant I'm going to cause problems for Ellen. What did I do? Oh, your phone ran out of batteries, it did?
Anything, I can't share anything. I just hate this. I don't know where my plug is for my phone.
I don't know where your plug is for your phone either. But I thought I messed something up because you were kidding. It was like, did I mess up a line again?
You saw me punch my leg.
I saw air punching and I was like, what'd I do? So Mr. Sprocket wrote a note of confession in order to take the blame for Miss Watt.
Yes.
Oh, that was terrible.
Yes.
Yes. Nope, I can't do.
Yes. Nope. A notebook is only from memory of Master Sorin Ass. So
Why do I want to say intruder?
So you understand what his action meant, I trust?
What did you mean? What did it mean, Nick?
Sorin, everything in that notebook is true. So Sorin tried to take the blame. So by altering his own memory to make himself think he did it... No.
No.
I mean, you.
No.
Master Sorin truly loves Miss Ellen. Or must have been love that made him do it. That's the power of love.
Oh, he was projecting. He said Master Sorin really loves Miss Ellen. It must have been love that made him do it. That he was speaking of himself. It was love that made him do it.
Aye.
Mr. Nickabody. Nick Nobody, whatever. Could you please tell us this court about it in more detail, please?
That you say? Which part do you mean, Mr. Wright? Could you be more specific?
Oh, alright. What part do I want to know more about? Like, tearing out the body, tearing the page,
I would say
hiding the body.
hiding it. What do you think, chat? Hiding or tearing out the page?
People say hiding the body.
Alright, sounds good. Thanks, chat. Appreciate that.
Maya's the killer? Yes! Maya's the third person, let's go. Okay. This one is
Maya. No,
Maya
Maya
did it.
didn't kill anyone.
time code in.
Continue with more of the shenanigans. Hiding the body. Blah.
Please tell me more about the hiding of the body, please.
Alright, very well. Let me take out my little hanky. After saying he would take the blame, Master Sorin passed out. That's when I hid the body. I quickly took the lift down to the hold, where I hid Gloomsbury's still warm body in the spare Pegaball lantern.
So it was you who hid the body, not the defendant.
To think Mr. Butts would move the lantern containing the body to the reception hall, well, I did not see that coming.
So he admits
I
to
don't
hiding
blame
the
you.
body.
Not even Larry can predict what Larry will do next.
Maybe I should take another look at the lantern and the evidence.
Mr. Knight, would you like that statement added to the witness's testimony?
Yes.
I think so.
Yeah, please. Sure.
Very well. Please add that statement to your testimony, Mr. Pierce.
In the hold, I hid the still warm body in the spare Pegaball.
Hold it!
Why did you hide the body in the lantern?
As I told you yesterday, it was to make it as though the murder never happened. Well, thanks to Mr. Butts, things did not turn out as planned now, did they?
So holding the second wedding reception wasn't Mr. Sprocket's idea, but yours, wasn't it?
It was all for Master Sorin's sake and the Sprocket Aviation. If I'm accused of a crime or trying to cover up the incident, I shall accept it willingly.
Wow, he really is a good butler. He doesn't seem to even care about himself.
So he's talking about the cover-up after the incident, huh, Nick?
Huh? Oh, yeah. That information only somebody was actually involved with could know. Something.
So it might be a really important piece of testimony.
I think so. I'll really have to tread carefully now. Here. There.
Is your head feeling better or no?
No. Yes. It feels weird. Let's see. I saw Miss Ellen. Whoop. Master Sorin said to me, I'll take the blame for the murder. Please take care of Ellen. And then I blamed the whole thing on her. I went against his order, tore the page, and hid the body. In the old, I hid the still warm body in the spare peggable lantern. How did you know the body was still warm? That's creepy.
Well, I mean, when he felt it. Oh my god. I feel like some of the stuff for this game is more than teen rated.
I have a thing for dead bodies.
We're literally talking about things that, like, I feel like people shouldn't know about. I don't want to know what it feels like to hold a body that... I want to know about this.
It's still warm, it's alright. I don't know what to do either. Something with a still warm body. Present the bowl.
Yes.
Objection!
Oh, the music stopped. Could it be? Is that what happened? If what I'm thinking is true, the butler did it. Then maybe I can prove neither Ellen nor the Sorin did the deed. Mr. Nickabody, you said the body was still warm when you hit it, correct? So then what if Mr. Gloomsbury was still alive when you put the body inside the lantern? What? Nani?
Oh my gosh.
That's preposterous.
Oh my gosh, remember the bloodstain on the inside?
Actually, this shows that the victim might still have been alive inside the lantern.
Wow.
He froze to death?
Oh!
Oh! Oh, it's an accidental death. Oh!
Oh my gosh! Oh my gosh!
Oh my gosh.
Oh! I don't want to know about such things.
That's like being buried alive but then frozen and you can't get out. Oh! Oh! Oh, that's freaky.
Oh, I don't want to know about this.
Okay. I'm afraid you'll have to point to which part you're talking about, Mr. Wright.
The wheel.
This part shows that the victim might have been still alive inside the lantern.
He tried to get out. Oh my gosh. Oh my gosh.
Oh, he died during a wedding. Oh, ew, 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 ew. Ew, ew.
Oh my gosh, no.
They probably couldn't hear him pounding on the bowl because of the music and stuff. Oh,
my
oh,
gosh.
oh.
I am so disturbed. I am so disturbed. I cannot sleep tonight. I
Ugh.
cannot sleep tonight. Oh my god.
As you can see, the back end of the lantern is a door. And there's blood on the wheel handle.
Objection!
Oh no.
That bloodstain must have gotten there when the witness put the body inside the lantern. It in no way shows that the victim drew his last breath while he was within the lantern. I disagree, Mr. Edgeworth. For you see, in putting this lantern back together, the police inadvertently placed the inside handle on the outside and vice versa. In other words, the wheel handles got swapped. Oh my! So it got swapped? Yeah, they got swapped. That's what I said. What? That's ridiculous. Yeah, Emma's not very good at putting things back together again. Not at all. If you compare the other male peggable lantern in the reception hall...
It has an orange...
Orange
wheel.
on the outside, white on the inside. It's quite obvious the wheel handles were attached backwards.
Yeah, because orange looks like yellowy.
The detective in charge of the restoration will see me in my office later.
Whoops.
Sorry, Emma, and good luck.
Good luck, Emma. You're getting fired.
In that case, where does the blood stain on the wheel handle, what does it mean? The blood stain didn't get there by chance. When the victim was put inside the lantern, he was only conscious.
No, I don't want to think
We have to finish this, Amber! Frozen like a popsicle.
Oh my gosh! I need a blanket, something to cover my face. I'm so disturbed. Do it! Look, finish this.
Okay. When the victim was put inside the lantern, he was only unconscious, not dead. When he regained consciousness, he probably tried to get out of the lantern. So he grasped the inner wheel handle, and that's when the blood got in. On it. Wait. So he grasped the inner wheel handle, and that's when the blood got on it. This proves that the victim was still alive when he was inside the lantern. All that time, I was completely convinced Gloomsbury was dead. I had checked it more carefully. He might have survived. Unfortunate to be sure, but not significant enough to change this trial's outcome. Yes, it is. Again, I disagree, Mr. Edgeworth. I actually have a very significant impact on this case. The victim was struck by the defendant and then died from his injuries sometime later. There's nothing more to it.
Objection!
That's where you're wrong! Let's take another look at Mr. Gloomsbury's autopsy report, shall we?
Oh no. Oh, please. Oh.
Please focus on the description of his injuries. It says 1 contusion was found on the back of the head, and 1 on the side.
Oh.
Yes, the one Mr. Sprocket gave him, and the one Miss Watt delivered to finish him off. No, the defense would like to submit a different interpretation. A different interpretation? The victim was knocked unconscious by the first blow, and then was put into the lantern. Then, what about the lethal blow by the defendant that the witness talked about? Okay, yes, well, that didn't happen. After some time, when the victim regained consciousness and tried to get out of the lantern, that's when he received the second blow that finished him off.
By who? Oh my gosh. By who?
Taking into account the fact that the victim was alive for a period after the first hit, and that he did receive a second blow to the head, it does seem entirely possible.
Yeah, as long as the first blow didn't kill the victim instantly, then there's a possibility that someone other than Mr. Sprocket or Miss Watt delivered the fatal blow.
Objection!
That's all you've got. Even if there was a time lag between the 2 blows, the prosecution position doesn't change. That's because you're forever alone. What do you mean? It's elementary, Mr. Wright. Wait.
It would look cooler if he had glasses when he did that.
It's elementary, Mr. Wright. After the reception, when the defendant was cleaning up the reception hall, the victim, who was supposed to be dead, suddenly came out of the lantern. The defendant grabbed the murder weapon, which was right there, and finished him off.
That theory sounds awfully familiar.
Of course it does, Your Honor, because it's exactly what I proposed at the very start. The second blow was inflicted by the defendant after all.
I see. It seems a tangle of mysterious yet as unraveled in a single thread.
Objection!
I'm not finished, but as long as there's a possibility that the fatal blow was delivered by a third person, then we must continue the deliberations. Give it up, Mr. Wright. Unless you have something to prove the presence of your precious third person. Oh,
Okay, Nick, just relax. You can do this. Come on, take some deep breaths.
Good idea. Deep breaths, deep breaths, deep breaths.
There. Don't you feel better already?
No, actually, it was hyperventilating. Maya's right. I should calm down, get my focus back, and go over everything again. And then hopefully I'll be able to find something to prove that there was a third person. Let's see. First, why did Gloomsbury attack Ellen?
Because he was tired of taking the blame for the accident?
But something about that line of reasoning just doesn't feel quite right to me.
No? How come?
Well, if it's just a personal vendetta, he had already stabbed Sorin. So then why was he determined to go after Ellen?
You're right. This whole thing feels too predetermined for a crime of passion.
But Gloomsbury didn't seem to have a personal grudge against Ellen. If Gloomsbury didn't have a personal reason to attack Ellen, then...
You've taken long enough, Mr. Wright. Now it's time for some action. What proof do you have that the person was involved? I mean, what proof do you have that a third person was involved? I'm getting to that. All right, I'll show you. Okay, time to...
Amber's doing something. What's that? You're adorable. Alright, here we go.
Back to action. I'll show you. I'm not completely sure of what I'm doing yet, but it looks like I'm out of time. This piece of evidence proves the involvement of a third person. Grab Ellen when convenient, then send her from the Vista deck.
Yeah, that seems good.
Take that!
I get it now. Now I see why this note bothered me so much when I first saw it. It looks like the note outlining the murder plot.
Wait, he forced... That note was apparently written by the victim.
But why would he feel the need to write instructions to himself like this? Your Honor, please take a look at this note. This is the victim's murder plan, right? It's definitely a murder plan, but what if Mr. Gloomsbury didn't write this note himself? What? What are you talking about, Wright? This is how you intend to conjure up your mysterious third party, Mr. Wright. Can you even prove that note wasn't written by the victim?
It's smudged.
Yeah. Yes, I can. Very well, then. Please present your evidence, Mr. Wright. This evidence proves the victim didn't write the note. Meow. The fact that he was left-handed. No.
Maybe his fingerprints. Maybe whoever's fingerprints were on the candle are the same fingerprints on the note?
You want me to present the candle?
I don't know.
Okay, well, sure.
We'll try it, but I don't know if that's true.
This is the weapon Mr. Gloomsbury used to stab Mr. Sprocket. It was wondering what you'd pull out this time. Dare I ask what could possibly have to do with this note? I'm gonna explain my dizzying logic. Mr. Gloomsbury's prints were found on this candelabra, and the prints were from his left hand. Yes, so that makes the victim left-handed, correct? Right, exactly, Your Honor. The police looked into it too and confirmed as much. Now, take a look at the smudged writing in this note. Notice how the smudging only starts from the middle of each preceding line. Had this been written by a lefty, the writing would be smudged from far left end? What?
It would have been smudged on the left side if it was your left hand, because your left hand would have smudged the left part of it.
Wow, that's some really interesting, like, Sherlock Holmes detective and reasoning there.
It does feel like Sherlock Holmes.
Okay.
I know, because I smudge my handwriting a lot for school, and I'm right-handed, and that's what my smudges look like.
I don't make smudges when I write.
Well, aren't you special?
I am. I can also write with both my left and right hand.
Well, I guess I should just stop writing altogether. There's no way I can compete with you.
I know, right? This means that whoever wrote this note was definitely right-handed. In other words, somebody other than the victim wrote this note. What? But if someone other than Mr. Gloomsbury wrote it, then what does this note mean? Mr. Gloomsbury followed this note to the Mr. Gloomsbury followed this note to the letter when he attacked Miss Watt. So clearly, this note isn't a murder plan written by Mr. Gloomsbury, but rather, these are instructions to kill Miss Watt issued by somebody else.
Objection!
Well,
If it wasn't the victim who wrote these so-called instructions, then who wrote it? Most of the people involved are right-handed, you know. Oh, great.
he needs to go right.
Give me a minute. I'll get in the character. There he is. He's correct. a majority of the family and their employees who were on the airship are indeed right-handed. I must say, that's a very rough and slipshod conjecture you proposed.
Ning! Nerg! I admit I haven't figured out who wrote it just yet.
Leave it to Mr. Edgeworth to go for the jugular!
This culprit who ordered Gloomsbury to attack Ellen. What could their motive have been?
It doesn't seem very likely that Ellen did anything to incur anyone's wrath, right?
Yeah, not likely anyway. True. In that case, it has to be about Sorin.
If somebody were to hold a grudge against Sorin, what would it be about?
That accident, I guess. I could understand if Gloomsbury felt resentful about having to take the blame.
But the one who lost the most to that accident was Sorin's sister. She lost her life after all. Sorin suffered too, of course. He was crushed by losing someone so precious to him.
Somebody precious, huh? Sorin's sister.
Wait, there's one more person. There's someone else who might hold a grudge against Sorin.
Did you figure something out, Nick?
I think so.
Wow!
I think this somebody else used Gloomsbury to try to get revenge against Sorin.
Did you say somebody tried to get revenge against Mr. Sprocket, Mr. Wright?
The person who manipulated and used Mr. Gloomsbury was Selena's fiancé.
Yeah, whoever that was. What?
The person who used Mr. Gloomsbury to try to get revenge on Mr. Sprocket, and then finished Mr. Gloomsbury off to silence him, was a man dear to the Sprocket's older sister, Selena Sprocket's fiancé. Not that I'm not positive, but it's certainly possible. This fiancé could have made Gloomsbury attack Ellen to get his revenge on Sorin.
What? But fiancé?
Fiancé. She looks like she's wearing a flight attendant costume.
It's just, you know, how it is.
Order! Order in the court, I say! Yes, it does seem quite believable that Miss Selena Sprocket's fiancé would bear a grudge against Mr. Sprocket for his role in the accident.
Yeah, exactly. Also, they were able to get married, so, you know, jealousy.
Yeah, exactly.
Maybe your fiancé was trying to murder Miss Watt in order to make Mr. Sprocket experience the same pain he'd felt.
Disturbing.
Miss Sprocket's fiancé was a surgeon, if memory serves, but the only people who attended the reception were family and staff members. That may be, but then that just means that Miss Sprocket's fiancé must have been amongst those who attended.
What? Really, Nick? Oh my gosh!
Of course, otherwise, well, how could he have killed Gloomsbury?
Yeah, then this game would never end. Oh, I see what you're doing here. This is just another giant bluff, isn't it?
No, it's not! I know what I'm doing!
Isn't it, Nick?
It's all lies!
You're bluffing!
All right, I'll bite. Who exactly do you claim this fiancé to be?
Yes, I would like to know as well. This murder mystery is getting quite interesting.
Are you sure you're gonna be okay, Nick? I mean, you're bluffing again and stuff. I don't know if you're right on this.
Maybe.
I hope you don't fail.
I believe in the power of love. These two crazy kids need to get together. Not in a public place.
They need to be given a chance at being happy.
Yep. Okay, when it comes to suspicious people, there's only one person on my list. I need to find something that connects him to Selena. This will help us identify Miss Sprocket's fiancé.
The photo. Maybe.
What photo?
Of her.
A photo
Wait,
of her?
I don't know.
How would that...
Wait.
How would the photo of her help? Where's the fiancé?
I don't know.
His pocket watch!
Whose pocket watch? Whose pocket watch? Whose pocket watch?
The butler!
What are you talking about?
The butler!
What are you talking about? What?
It was there the whole time.
What? Whose pocket watch? Maybe they just have. Maybe her fiance and the butler happen to have the same pocket watch model.
No, she made it for him.
Oh.
Probably.
Okay.
She was an inventor. Boom!
Take that!
Please take a look at this photo, Your Honor.
That photo, I'm trying to be, I'm gonna have to change my voice to be cooler later. That photo, you say? Notice Miss Sprocket's pocket watch. Haven't we seen it somewhere before?
Yes, now that you mention it, I do feel as if I've seen it somewhere before.
Oh, poo. I believe we've all seen it. Right here in this very courtroom.
Nani?
Impossible!
It's Edgeworth's pocket watch.
That's right, the pocket watch in this photo. Oh, look at the time. Oh, there it is.
It has the star symbol.
It's the same pocket watch Mr. Knickabody has on him right now. Probably has her picture in it.
Maybe. Yeah, he's probably
I don't think it's a watch. I think it's a locket.
Ooh.
NANI?!
This clear proof is there. This is clear proof of a strong connection between Pierce Knickabody and Selena Sprocket.
No!
He was the butler of her fiance.
Well, Mr. Pierce, is this all true?
Mr. Knickabody, you were the one engaged to Selena Sprocket. That pocket watch you keep is a memento of her, isn't it? Mr. Knickabody, you plan to rob Mr. Sprocket of his loved one to make him feel the same pain as you, isn't that right? But Mr. Sprocket managed to fight back and knocked out Mr. Gloomsbury. You thought Mr. Gloomsbury was dead and hid his body in the lantern. But then you noticed he was still alive.
Disturbing.
And so you finished him off to prevent your plan from being exposed. Well, at least he didn't die from, like,
We thought he froze to death.
I mean, dry ice his lungs, like...
Oh my gosh.
Can't get out! Oh.
I don't know what way I would want to go. I don't think either of those ways.
In my sleep. And so you finished him off to prevent the plan from being exposed. This is the defense's take on what really happened in the murder case.
Mr. Wright, does this mean you wish to officially accuse the butler of the murder of dumb Gloomsbury?
Gloomsbury.
Does the defense accuse? Yes! The defense indicts Pierce on the charge of murdering Gloomsbury.
My! Mr. Knickabody, would you care to respond?
I'm busy staring at me pocket watch. Man, this lawyer just yaps on and on and on. As you guessed, this watch is a memento of Selena. It stopped working at the time of the accident. Though, then you really are? Yes, I was Selena's fiancé, and not just her fiancé, but the surgeon beside her deathbed.
Objection!
Mr. Knickabody, why didn't you tell me any of this before? Shut it, you useless prosecutor. I thought you could be of use, but apparently the case was too much for you. What did you just say? If your office hadn't stuck its nose all up in this, I could have swept it all under the rug. Not only did you interfere with the case, but you even left me fall under suspicion. That's because you kept trying to cover things up on the sly. Something. But covering things up wasn't your only involvement. The only person who had motive to use the victim to try and kill Miss Watt was you! Oh! I've been shot. Oh dear. Well, it feels like my little machine is broken. I need to take my hanky. Oh, yes!
Oh, no, he's sure.
Malignant tumors! There are malignant tumors in this courtroom. Lesions oozing with false charges.
What?
The tumors are one idiotic lawyer and one useless prosecutor. After the truth is revealed, I'll have you both, for the legal world, incised.
I'd like to see you try. With the power of Sprocket family, it'll be a cinch. What is he making? I'll now begin the operation of your death.
What in the world happened to Mr. Nickety?
He's showing his true colors. I knew that was a fake English accent.
Nick, look what he did to his shoulder neck thing.
Quit your yapping before I suture your chatty lips shut.
It's like he's a completely different person now.
Sure looks like it. We can't let our guard down. Mr. Nickabody, it's finally time for you to testify to the truth.
Yes, it seems we're entering the final act at last. This game has gone on long enough. Witness, your testimony, please.
Just arrest the guy. Right to remain silent. Oh my gosh, okay.
He's holding his hands like a surgeon.
Like a surgeon. Right to remain silent.
That's how they hold their hands, because people have to put gloves, like they say, glove me, and then they put their gloves on them. They have to scrub their arms like all the way up to their elbow and stuff. He doesn't have anything.
Mr. Nickabody, why didn't you say anything? Ah! You just took a picture of me or something. You want me to voluntarily testify, hoping you make a slip of the tongue? Not a very impressive plan, or brain, I might add. Ow, that was uncalled for. You took an x-ray!
Took an x-ray of your brain.
You want something? You ask the question. I'll answer, but I have no intention of making any voluntary statements of my own.
What's he trying to do, Nick?
He's using the silent treatment as a strategy to avoid getting tripped up. Clever guy.
Clever guy.
No more lies. You will tell us nothing but the truth from now on.
He took an x-ray of...
What do you think you're doing?
Took an x-ray of Edgeworth. That's his rub.
No one asked you to speak. Just keep quiet. And there and play with your frills. How dare you, sir?
Yes, well, this is a rather unconventional situation, but please proceed, Mr. Wright.
Yeah, okay.
I like Edward's little frill thing. It's cool. It makes him look distinguished.
He looks like a villain now.
Yeah.
If he won't speak voluntarily, then I guess I'll have to ask him something. What question should I ask? I would ask him about his grudge against Sorin. Hey, you've been nursing a grudge against Mr. Sprocket for the loss of your fiancé, haven't you? Isn't that right? I'd be lying if I said I felt no resentment whatsoever. But Master Sorin didn't cause that accident on purpose. Master Sorin himself has suffered greatly. But you quit being a surgeon and found a way to get in even closer to Mr. Sprocket. Wasn't that so you could carry out your revenge plot? Don't insult me. Supporting Master Sorin and Sprocket Aviation is my life's work. This is my penance for not being able to save Selena. This is how I honor her.
You should have a t-shirt that says Bad Man.
Bad man, Doctor.
Yes, I feel devotion is both a fiancé and a sergeant. Your statement breaks my heart.
I've never thought of exacting revenge on Master Sorin. Never thought of it, huh? I guess I should probably take it with a pound of salt.
Mr. Wright, would you like the statement added to the situation? Sure, whatever.
Yes.
Yeah, okay, go for it. Head nod. Yes. I have to find an opening somehow.
Oh,
Meh.
let me have to press his We already asked him. Oh, his grudge against.
Hey, isn't it true that Mr. Gloomsbury regained consciousness inside the lantern? You murdered him in order to silence him, right?
He was an excellent employee and very loyal, unlike Nappa. Bloomsbury was my right-hand man. I'd suffer the most from losing him. You really think I'd kill a guy like that?
I mean, you are Vegeta.
That would make sense only if you were innocent. But since your goal was revenge, you don't really have to care about something like that.
But I am innocent. Don't try to force your conjectures onto me.
I guess without a decisive evidence, I can't pursue his line of questioning.
Nope.
Mr. Knight, would you like that thing added to the statement?
Yes!
Yes, please. Every little bit helps. Meh.
Bloomsbury was my right hand man. I never thought of extracting revenge on Sorin. ... I would press the ...
If he won't speak, I'll make him speak.
Actions on the day of the crime.
Alright. On the day of the incident, you were constantly surrounded by subordinates. Is that right?
Absolutely. I was in someone's line of sight at all times. After all, I was busy taking care of every detail of the event. Mr. Edgeworth, I believe your investigation backs up my claim.
I mean...
Edgeworth!
I'm sorry. I had a burrito for lunch. Humph. I got statements that said the group and his subordinates worked with him in rotation. So he was always with someone.
As the prosecution just said, I couldn't even get close to the lantern containing Gloomsbury by myself, let alone kill him.
There's a lot of breath support here, people. I'm sorry.
It's hard because
Bodily functions are not something I can deal without happening sometimes. This is live. We'll do it live. Okay. Pierce didn't have a chance to get close to the victim.
The show must go on.
Mr. Knight, would you like the statement added? Yes.
Yes, we want.
Okay. Yes, Your Honor, I'd like to have that statement added.
This is purely very well. I've added it to the thing.
Alright, so now we have to figure out what to present. Alright, what is the last statement that we had added?
Oops!
What do you think, Nick? Is there a chance for us here?
Well, as long as we have some kind of testimony from him, there has to be. I'll just have to compare his testimony against the evidence and...
Find an inconsistency, right?
Exactly! This is it. I have to do this right. Or not at all.
Well...
We have, I've never thought of extracting revenge.
Yes. I was always in
the company of others. I didn't have an opportunity to murder.
And that's the last statement, right?
That's the last statement.
Well... Well, let's see, it says he was always in the company of everyone during the reception. Let's go check out the reception data that we have. Do we have any photos of the reception where everyone was?
What about the one where he's standing like a ghost? No, that's not it. Ghost!
Where is he?
He's in the background as a ghost.
Creepy.
Yeah. Isn't there another wedding reception picture? There's one. Photo reception. Hold.
I think we just have the one photo.
I thought we had two photos of the wedding reception. One had yellow flowers, one had red. Okay, whatever.
I don't even see, where's the fog coming from, though? If you turn on the fog machine.
I don't... it's around, but he's there.
It says it's obscured by thick fog. Maybe we could somehow point to the fog or the fog machine to show that people could, like, see that he could move through the fog undetected to kill someone. Maybe he used the fog like a ninja to go kill somebody.
I am wearing a mask. I could be a ninja.
You could move through the, you could move through the fog like you're part of the Hidden Leaf Village.
Yeah. Mr. Nicobody testified that he was always with someone at the time of the incident, and never had a moment alone to commit the crime.
Yes, we're already over this. The police investigation backs what the statement says, doesn't
He was
it?
standing alone in that picture.
But there was an opportunity, in fact, one and one only. The moment where Pierce could have killed Mr. Gloomsbury without anyone noticing.
What?
And the one thing that made that moment possible
was moving through the fog.
is shown in this photograph.
I don't even know.
With all those people watching, I couldn't have possibly committed murder. Do not believe him, Your Honor. This loiter is a malignant tumor. Malignant.
That's true.
Ugh.
Malignant is the correct term.
Mr. Pierce, I would ask you to keep quiet this time. We need to evaluate the defense's claim, and your yammering only serves to throw further suspicion your way.
No.
Mr. Wright, let's see the one...
I don't want to have Edgeworth get mad at me. He's kind of intense when he's mad. Mr. Wright, let's see the one thing you mentioned.
Mr. Wright, let's see the one thing you mentioned. But be warned. This had better not be one of your offhanded claims. Oh, who do you think you're talking to, Mr. Edgeworth? I'm Donatello. From the 2003 show. It's true.
Very well, Mr. Knight. Please point out for us the thing that made the moment of the murder possible.
Okay. I will. The moment when it was... The moment when it was possible for Mr. Nicobody to kill Gloomsbury... The one thing that made that single moment possible is this! Fog!
Oh, the fog is coming out of there. Okay.
Take that!
The one thing that made the moment of the murder possible is this thick mood fog thing engulfed the whole reception area.
Yeah.
It's under the...
And then he crawled under the fog, and then he killed him, and then he crawled back to his place and stood back up. Maybe.
It is under the cover of this fog.
Oh my gosh, he did this while all the guests were here.
That that Mr. Pierce murdered the victim.
Literally while everyone was at
What?
the reception. Oh my god.
How did nobody hear the conch noise? Unless it was a Jewish wedding and they timed it for when they stepped on the glass. Thunk.
Yeah.
I mean, I would have heard the thunk
Yeah,
if I was there.
they do break glass at Jewish weddings. They
Mazel tov!
Smash the
Yeah,
glass.
yeah.
He could have waited for that exact moment and killed the guy.
Also, I mean, his head already would have been a little hollow, so you probably... Because he got hit already, so instead of it hearing like a thud, it would have been like a thunk.
Luke, that's terrible.
I know, somebody would have heard it.
This
Anyway,
is horrible.
Mr. Pierce was standing right next to the lantern that Mr. Gloomsbury was in. He's even looking at it. That's disturbing. There was only one moment the murder could have committed without being seen.
Objection!
I can accept that there was a moment when the witness was obscured from others by the fog. Hand pound. But that doesn't prove Mr. Nicobody killed the victim at the very moment. It can't prove the crime was committed during the reception. The trial ends here. If you cannot prove it, If you cannot prove the crime was committed during the reception, then the trial ends here. Fool. Quiet! I was so caught up in finding the foothold that I forgot to think what I had far there going.
Well done, Mr. Edgeworth. It's time to call this trial's time of death.
Well, Mr. Wright, can you prove the murder happened during the reception?
Don't even bother. His claim is dead on arrival. Victory is with our grass, prosecutor.
Quiet, witness. I have no interest in victory. All I care about is the truth. On one that can only arrive at a thorough deliberation. Huh?
Enough of this, Your Honor. The trial's over.
No, Mr. sorry.
No, I don't believe so. That is for me to decide, Mr. Tinkerer. Mr. Wright, can you prove it? Can you prove that the murder was committed during the wedding reception? Why is there no verdict yet? The lawyer's obviously out of answers. The prosecutor, the judge, they're all infected.
Wow, the stupidity is so advanced, not even the best surgeons could save them.
Ah, wait, nope, sorry. That was the wrong one.
Yeah,
Had to go back.
saying that.
Their tumor stupidity is so advanced, not even the best surgeons could save them. In fact, not even a brain transplant could cure them.
Yep.
This court is infected with idiocy.
Objection!
Be quiet! That's enough already!
Finally, ready to give up, are you?
No. Not just the opposite. I'll prove that the murder was committed during the reception by you!
Ah! You'll prove it?
You can really prove it, Mr. Knight? Yeah, I can, Your Honor. And to be honest, I don't know exactly how I'll do it just yet. But if I want to get to the truth, I'll just have to find that way. What? Very well, Mr. Knight. Let us see your proof. Whoops. Sorry! I was trying to get into the Vegeta and it, like, brought up a
You had a
burp.
lot of milk.
Bad milk, and also I am rearranging my vocal cords.
Excuse me! Enough of this foolishness! Just bluffing! Stop him from speaking!
I'll do nothing of the sort.
You're a distraction with the power of the Sprocket family, Al!
Enough of your foolishness, Mr. Pierce. This judicial body will not succumb to the influence of money or power.
Irk!
Now then, let's hear it, Mr. Wright. Let us hear your truth. I think, Phoenix, remember everything you've learned so far. And you can do this. You can find the definitive evidence that'll lead us to the truth.
Oh,
Here we go!
I'm nervous. I'm nervous. Oh my gosh.
Here we go. How it happened. 216. Home stretch, ladies and gentlemen. Think, Phoenix. How can I prove the murder took place during the wedding reception? If Pierce committed the murder during the reception, then he would have had to use
The murder weapon.
the shoulder mech.
Yeah, that'd be kind of weird.
The murder weapon. Probably.
Yeah, I think so. Because remember, it matched up with it. Like that print of the murder weapon.
He used the murder weapon.
It matched up with a head thing.
Yeah. Yes, the murder weapon that was used to strike the victim twice. According to the autopsy report, the victim was hit by the same object both times. So without a doubt, Pierce used it to commit the murder. The weapon used to kill Gloomsbury was the Timekeeper.
Yeah. Because it matched to the wound.
The Timekeeper was the murder weapon. If Pierce struck the victim during that one single moment, then he must have used the Timekeeper. Come to think of it, wasn't it also used for something else during the reception? During the reception, the Timekeeper was also used for the first startup of love.
Yeah, I think so. Yeah.
The Timekeeper had been activated. That's right, the Timekeeper had been activated during the reception. If we activate the Timekeeper again now, and find any trace evidence of the murder, that would be conclusive proof that Gloomsbury was killed during the reception. Whoa. Alright. A special ceremony took place during the reception in question. What kind of special ceremony? I'm getting to that. It was called the first startup of love. Edgeworth would know nothing about this. Apparently the couple activated the Timekeeper for the first time. Does that mean the Timekeeper here in evidence isn't activated at the moment? And what would happen if we were to activate it? Why don't we see for ourselves? It would give us a chance to examine it. And while we're at it, we might just find some conclusive evidence.
What? No!
Be quiet! You'll have to be thrown out of the court! By the way, Mr. Knight, this is supposed to be a time machine, right?
We aren't gonna travel back in time to the Stone Age or anything, are we?
I don't think so. I don't have to worry too much, Your Honor.
I'm still a little nervous, nonetheless, but the truth must be known. Very well, go ahead and start up the timekeeper.
Do you know how, Nick?
I think so. Maybe.
The bride... Oh, darn it. The bride and groom each had a symbol of their love when they put them together. Oh, how romantic it was. Oh, is that like the maid? That wasn't the fiance.
All
the bride
I
and
want
groom
is to do... Yep.
all had a symbol of their love, and when they put it together, how romantic.
Oh, yes.
Let's see. I think the symbol of the groom's love must have been the timekeeper itself. That symbol of the bride's love would fit together with the timekeeper. Oh, I know. That has to be it.
Mr. Wright, are you ready to activate the time machine now?
I am. Yes, Your Honor.
In the not-so-distant future.
The symbol of the bride's love that's necessary for activating the timekeeper is... the heart key. Probably. Once we set this in place, we can activate the timekeeper.
Set it in place here? Where? It doesn't look like it fits anywhere.
You don't think so? Not even if we kind of jammed it in?
Mr. Wright, you know what's coming, don't you?
A penalty?
Yes, I'm glad you understand. That'll save us both some time.
Luke, it's gonna have to say something about the bride on it, because they said something from the groom and something from the bride come together.
But it was a heart key.
Yeah,
All right, I better look at another thing.
It did look like it could have worked.
The symbol of the bride's love.
Something with Ellen's name on it. There, maybe that. Her pendant? I guess we can try it.
Miss Watt's pendant is a symbol of the bride's love that's necessary for activating the
It
timekeeper.
would have been cuter if it had
What?
a heart.
Then does that mean you can start it up with Miss Watt's pendant?
I believe so, Your Honor.
We'll find out.
All right, very well. Please try it now, Mr. Wright.
Okay, here I go. But first, I have to figure out where the pendant goes. Probably. It's a blimp. Probably here.
Yeah, or that little... There's a little gear there next to it, like a little nub.
This hole looks like a good spot. I'll try setting the pendant here.
Jam it in this hole.
Curse you, round hole! It fits! This must be the right place. Now I have to find a place to insert the key.
Whoops. Oh, now you can use the key.
Where do I stick the key? The power.
Oh yeah, maybe try in the pendant you just put in there. Maybe.
Ah?
It looks like it has a hole inside the pendant.
It is not.
It's a tiny hole.
I can't see that. This hole in the middle of the pendant. Could it be?
It's like a minuscule.
How did you
hole.
see that?
It's very small. Because I have good eyesight, unlike.
You know what? My eyesight has kept me. Never mind.
Yeah, your eyesight has really done great things for you. Luke.
Aw, ew.
There's blood on it.
It worked! The timekeeper's been activated and the groom is dead!
Whoopsie.
The bride killed the groom, confirmed.
She killed him in there.
Now all I have to do is find proof of the crime was committed during the reception. I see blood.
Yeah.
I think I found it!
The blood.
Conclusive evidence that the murder was committed during the wedding reception.
The blood shows that there was a murder because
A murder most
not
foul.
supposed to have blood on it.
Just as I suspected, the evidence of the murder weapon inside the timekeeper. The timekeeper was only activated and opened during the wedding reception.
No!
Oh my god.
So that means this is conclusive proof that the crime was committed during the reception.
Well,
After you killed the victim under the cover of fog, you closed the timekeeper to hide the bloodstain, didn't you?
timekeeper has been handed into the court record
Wow, this is still going.
with blood on it.
So much blood.
I don't think we're allowed to say that word on YouTube. With BLOOD.
No, you're wrong. Ellen killed him. It wasn't me, I tell you.
Objection!
Give it up, Mr. Pierce. How could the defendant who was in the middle of pledging her love have possibly committed the murder with everyone watching her?
It was the family, yes. The members conspired.
This is stupid. There's no way you can talk your way out of this one. During the reception, that one dreamlike moment,
Yeah, they were happy, and there was somebody being
only
murdered.
one person could have used the timekeeper to beat the victim to death.
Oh my god.
Guy sticks his head out of the bull. Right out of the bull's butt.
He's like, I'm not dead yet.
I'm not quite dead
No!
yet.
No!
Pierce took that personally.
Not again!
Dun-dun. And that one person was you! Pierce
Oh
Knickerbody!
my gosh, this is horrible.
Wow, his hands are moving real fast.
That poor driver, he didn't even mean to do anything. This is terrible.
Is he gonna open up now? Oh my gosh, he's gonna flatline.
No, this isn't over yet. I won't give up. No, I cut the artery. This stupid thing. I must stop the bleeding. Give me the forceps. Hey, where is everyone? Fine, I'll manage this alone. I'll do it by myself. I can fix anything. So you had better live. You must.
Oh,
I would have been able to save her. If only I'd listened to her. Treated her first. If only that Sorin hadn't been there.
oh, that's
Ah!
because he had to treat both of them.
Selena, no.
He had to treat both of them. He saved Sorin first. Oh my gosh, did she tell him to save her brother first?
Yep.
Oh my gosh.
Well, that was dramatic. Witness, are you finally ready to tell us the truth?
They should have had more than one surgeon on.
It's just as the lawyer said.
So it was all revenge scheme, huh?
Do you have any idea how hard it is to lose someone you love? Right in front of you? Selena's condition was clearly more critical than Sorin's, but in spite of that, she said,
Please, help Sorin.
Yeah, Miss Sprocket's last words, huh? So that's what she really meant by those words.
I was able to grant her wish, but at the price of her life.
So you got a job with the Sprocket Aviation and waited for a chance to get revenge, huh? You got close to Mr. Gloomsbury and hatched this plot.
Gloomsbury already bore a grudge against Sorin, so when I tempted him with an even better position, he immediately took the bait.
He was your accomplice, someone you shared the same goal as you. Why was it necessary for you to kill him?
I didn't expect Sorin to strike Gloomsbury out on the Vista deck. And I certainly never imagined he'd make it his way along the outside wall.
Wow.
Yeah, Soren's love power is the real deal after all.
Yep.
My plan had been compromised, so for the time being I hid his body in the lantern. And I tried to think of my next move.
And then Gloomsbury came to during the second wedding reception.
As soon as I saw him, I instantly hit him in the head. I'll pin the blame on the wife.
You tried to break up the couple by making the bride out to be the murderer. How despicable.
Sorin was getting the company and a wedding. Both things that were supposed to be Selena's. He took everything, her happiness from her. Who's the despicable one here?
Do you think that what you did would make her happy?
I know it wouldn't, but I couldn't just stand by watching Sorin enjoy his happiness. I was going to have Sorin taste the same pain I had, and then take over Sprocket. I would take back from him all the happiness that was rightfully Selena's.
That was weird.
Time stopped for me that day I lost her. Just like the Sprocket watch of hers.
Uh-oh.
Pierce,
Miss Watt! Good.
I believe Selena would have said, leave this ill will behind. Your time is yours to live.
It's too late for me. Time will never advance for me ever again. Click. What? It can't be!
Oh wow, the watch started moving again.
I see now, Selena. What I did was wrong. I won't cry. Yes, well, I see no further need to continue with this trial. Bailiff, please take Mr. Nobody away.
Pierce Knickabody, another inconsolable time traveler, who lived in time that stood still.
That was dark.
That was very dark. It was super dark.
Yes, we're still going.
I still can't believe Sorin originally thought his bride did it.
Now then, I must render my verdict regarding the defendant.
Your Honor, before you give the ruling, would you please allow me a moment?
Very well.
He's gonna punch Piers in the face.
Ellen, there's something I need to say to you.
Yes, Sorin?
I've put you through something truly horrible. This whole thing happened all because of me. I would understand if you wanted to call off our marriage.
What? Of course not! I've never once thought of that, Sorin!
If you stay with me, you'll only face even more trying times in the future.
What do you mean?
I mean, I'm crazy. The truth of this incident and the car accident before it. I'm gonna tell the public everything. I expect the company's reputation will suffer, and will take a lot of criticism. But I feel I can only really start over once I get everything out in the open.
Sorin!
After all that's happened, I might not have the right to ask you this, but, well, how should I say this? Maybe I'll just...
He's gonna write it.
A life with me probably won't be very easy, but... Will you marry me again?
Yes, of course, Sorin!
Oh, she has freckles.
Of course.
Your Honor, thank you for this time. Please continue with your ruling.
Very well. But first, I have one question. Do the two of you pledge your eternal love for each other to the goddess of justice?
I do, Your Honor.
I do.
Does this prosecution or defense have any objections?
Well done, Your Honor.
No objections here.
Oh, he's gonna marry them?
The defense has no objections either, Your Honor. Very well. This court finds the defendant Ellen Watt. That's not right. This court finds the defendant Ellen Sprocket not guilty.
Yay!
Forever alone. I need to go home and give my wife a big hug. This court is adjourned. Best soap opera ever.
Yeah, when girls put
It's
on...
called acting. I'm not really crying.
She probably had makeup over her freckles so you couldn't see them. And she cried her makeup off, you could see her freckles.
It's called acting.
September 23rd, 11:36 a.m. District Court Defendant Lobby Number 3.
I used to do theater in high school. Well, I would have if I would have stayed there. I was in the drama club. I enjoyed it. It was my favorite class.
Anyway, not guilty.
I'll get you some monologues to practice.
Okay. Defendant lobby number 3. Ellen, Sorin, congratulations. Wait, did they get married officially now? The judge married them, didn't he? Technically. I think.
I don't know.
Mr. Wright, I can't thank you enough. If you hadn't exposed the truth, Sorin and I wouldn't. Oh.
And now you can finally start your new life together, and they saved you the very expensive wedding. so congrats! It's legal!
Oh, thank you!
Mr. Wright, we'll be holding our real wedding ceremony in the near future, even though we just got married now.
But we've gotten married 3 times already.
Third time's the charm. Would you do us the honor of coming to it? I want you to witness our fresh start.
Well, of course, I wouldn't miss it for the world, you two. Crazy kids. And Ellen, this time it's finally going to be happily ever after, right?
Oh, yes.
The two of you have persevered, and overcome this trial together. Now, no matter what obstacles come your way, I'm sure you'll be able to handle them. And there's another thing I'm sure of, too. This person will always be watching over you two. Show a picture appears.
I don't know.
The sister.
Yeah, I guess so.
Yeah, we were doing Ace Attorney since February, guys and gals. It's crazy. This person will always be watching over you. Boom.
Take that!
Selena, yes, I think you're right.
Skeletor will be watching over us. Thank you for the super chat. Appreciate that.
Skeletor will be watching over us.
Skelly will always be watching after you.
Thank you for the super chat, Justo Kenobi.
And we will promise to live life to the fullest. For Selena's sake, too. Right, Sorin?
That's right. Well, we'd better be going on our way.
Yes, my love.
Wow, they're the same size. Oh, so cute!
Aww.
Ah, they won't let me do it!
Come on! Capcom! Come on! Do you hate love?
Forever alone, Capcom. Wow, the old wife carry, huh? Way to show off.
We'll be seeing you. Goodbye for now.
I'll be looking forward to that wedding. Don't miss my invite.
Hold on tight, Ellen.
You better believe I will. I'm never letting you go.
They do realize there's a ceiling up there, and there they go.
You're not thinking of going to that wedding by yourself.
Oh, that's Athena.
You're not thinking of going to that wedding by yourself, are you, boss? You're taking us too, right?
It's +1, and that would be for Maya.
Oh boy, I bet there's gonna be lots of fancy food there!
Athena, when did you get here?
Just now? I would have been here to cheer you guys on earlier, but Trucy never gave me a chance to slip away!
You're gonna be in even bigger trouble with her later. Speaking of the wedding, maybe I should ask them to invite Edgeworth.
Mr. Edgeworth, really? I thought he thought Ellen was guilty all the way to the end.
That may be true, but...
Don't even bother. His claim is dead on arrival. Victory is within our grasp.
Quiet, witness. I have no intention of victory. All I care about is the truth. One that we can only arrive at through further deliberation. If he hadn't stood up for us when he did, the trial probably would have ended there.
You mean Mr. Edgeworth gave us that chance?
Maybe. He might be an old softy after all. Knowing him, I doubt he'd ever tell, even if I asked.
Well, if that's how you feel about it, Nick, then why not try to get him invited? Hey, Maya, have you ever tried to catch the bouquet? What? No! I never have either. Fighting over a bouquet has been tossed by the bride. Talk about a fierce competition. I'm totally stoked. I'm not really sure it's supposed to be all that competitive. Pretty good jumper, so I've got a chance.
She's definitely missing the point of the whole thing.
Yeah, but that means you have to get married, Athena.
And Larry, how did you manage to stay so quiet so long?
Oh, shut up!
Wishing the lady you fell in love with happiness is what a real man does. I'm pretty sure that relationship was over before it began, Larry.
Oh, darn it all. I was only 10 years younger. Things would have gone differently. Hands off, time. Why won't you turn back for me?
Okay. They're gonna show the cutscene?
Thanks for the super chat, Justo says, well done with the series. Thank you for the great job with this series and your voice acting. Love you guys.
Let me just say
Thank
this.
you, Justo. You're breathtaking. Thank you so much for your kind words and for the super chat.
If there was actually a murder that took place on our wedding, I would not hold the wedding in the murder place again. I would go somewhere else to have our next wedding. I have no idea why they're getting married inside the blimp again.
Yeah, that's like kind of bad luck.
That's, I mean, literally, there was a dude who was killed during their wedding march. Oh gosh. Today's Ellen and Soren's third wedding ceremony and reception. I heard the bride and groom insisted it be a flying chapel again. In the end, they were nice enough to invite me and Maya. And Athena kind of invited herself. They also invited Edgeworth, Emma, and even Larry. They say third time's the charm, right? I really do hope it's a happily ever after for these two this time around. Still, I get the feeling it's going to be one rowdy party.
Ready when you are. Okay, here we go! Huh?
Hmm? Oh, hey! Look who's next! Huh?
Get back! Haven't you ever heard of ladies' priest?
I'm truly blessed to have you.
And that's it, ladies and gentlemen. That is it. Ace Attorney is over.
Peter says, shall we say it together? Oh.
Say what together? Okay, let's say it. Another Let's Play is complete! It's all done, ski. So apparently, Ellen was British.
That's fine.
It is fine. Well, guys, we hope you enjoyed our long-standing Ace Attorney series. It was 66 episodes. That was a lot of fun, but this live stream series will always be up and available if you guys ever want to watch it again. We did it, and next up is LEGO DC Supervillains. So thank you guys so much for watching. Hopefully someday Capcom will make another Ace Attorney game, and we'll be back again. Or maybe they'll do an HD... Oh, wait, no, they didn't make... There is an Ace Attorney game they could do. I propose that they do the Professor Layton Ace Attorney game as a HD remastered.
That sounds fun.
It's Ace Attorney. I propose they do it.
That is a hard game, though. I remember when we started that.
It is a hard game, but, you know.
Well, it was hard for me.
Who knows? Alright, guys and gals. Thank you guys so much for watching. We hope you guys had a lot of fun. And LEGO DC Supervillains, it starts in 10 minutes. So,
thank you guys for all the awesome comments and the support. Thanks for helping us through this whole series and for all your help through it, and for everyone hanging out in the chat and your awesome comments. Thanks for all the super chats, and we'll see you guys on the next stream.
I just want the little guys to play the orchestra thing. Where's the, there's like an orchestra piece. Nobody cares about that. Where's the big time orchestra? Audience chamber, jungle, Phoenix objection. Ah, there it is. Orchestra. Orchestra's fun. Wanted something cool on the way out, stupid game. There it is. Oh, that's Spirit of Justice. Nobody cares. Where's Ace Attorney's orchestra?
I think this is it.
This is it? Okay, we'll go with that. There's the cute little people there. So yeah, guys, thank you so much. We had fun. We hope you guys had fun too. And
maybe I'm wrong about
I don't know. LEGO DC Supervillains is next. The cutesy little characters are gonna play us out. So.
Yeah, I thought they were gonna play the da 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 da, but they're not doing that one.
They're playing something interesting. It's kind of sweet. I don't know.
Yeah.
Skeletor! Okay. Alright, guys.
See you guys on the next stream. Thanks, everyone. You guys are breathtaking.
Bye, Ace Attorney.
Another Let's Play is complete.
Again.
See ya.